Special. Then on a special edition of ABC's Wide World of Sports, it's the Little League World Series from Williamsport, Pennsylvania, live except on the West Coast. And next Monday, special preseason edition of ABC's Monday Night Football features the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the North.
When Wade Wilson was injured, veteran Tommy Kramer came off the bench to spark Minnesota. And today, Kramer hopes to rekindle the Vikings' fire. 4 months ago, Detroit fans were in a frenzy when the Bad Boys clinched the NBA title. Since then, the Motor City hasn't had much to cheer about. The Tigers had baseball's worst record, losing 103 games. And today, it's week 5 of Wayne Font's Fall Folly, as the winless Lions try to stretch more than their fans' patience. The Chicago Bears are still the monsters of the Midway. But the Black and Blue Division's second tier is a dogfight, and the Vikings know a division loss today could cost them more than pride. Live from the Metrodome in Minneapolis, the winless Detroit Lions against the Minnesota Vikings, now standing at 2-2. Hello, everybody. I'm Tim Ryan here at the Metrodome. It's been an eventful week here in Minneapolis for the Vikings and their fans. Last week, Joey Browner raised charges of racism in contract negotiations, and General Manager Mike Lynn confronted those allegations and met with several of the black players on his team during the week. Later in the week, talk of the trade that would bring Herschel Walker here from the Dallas Cowboys, and that would mean some of the current Vikings going to Dallas. And then on Friday night, defensive tackle Tim Newton charged for the 3rd time with drunk driving. He will be in uniform today, however. Now, this all, of course, has led to the team being labeled Team Turmoil. Well, with me in the broadcast booth, Randy Cross, the former San Francisco Pro Bowler and Super Bowler. And Randy, certainly today down on the field, some changes as well for the Vikings, especially at quarterback.
That's right, Tim. In the past, the change at quarterback would be quarterback controversy. It'd be a big deal. Tommy Kramer's going to start today for injured Wade Wilson. The coach, Jerry Burns, made it very clear. When Wade Wilson is healthy, he is my quarterback. On the other side of the ball, you're looking at Eric Hipple starting for an injured Rodney Peete, whose knee is still bothering him. Coach Wayne Fonts made a comment to us and said, I'm going to have to adapt this run and shoot a little bit. We're going to have to let Eric set up to throw the ball because he doesn't throw well on the run. So maybe it's the walk and shoot offense instead. Look for this game to be settled by the Minnesota defense. The last 2 times these two teams met, they completely dominated the game.
All right, Randy. Well, Rich Karlitz will kick it off for the Vikings as Detroit will have first offensive possession. The former Kansas City Chief, Paul Palmer, is the deep man. Center of the field, back with Carl Painter and former Packer Walter Stanley. Palmer from the 9. Driven out of bounds by Fullington at the 23-yard line of Detroit. And, well, looks like these guys are fired up early here. Already a little pushing and shoving going on the sideline on the first play of the game. David Howard of the Vikings linebacker getting into a little bit. So Eric Hipple will be making his first start since 1986. Troubled with injuries in 87 and 88 and eager to get back into action. A bad ankle injury last year, taking him out after game 6. Along the front, Lomas Brown, Eric Andelsick, Kevin Glover, rookie Mike Utley doing a good job at right guard with Harvey Salem. Sanders alone running back, and the 4 wideouts, all of them free agents, and that's been a problem in getting this run and shoot established for the Detroit Lions. Inside handoff goes to the wide receiver Richard Johnson, first-year man from Colorado out of the USFL. And a pickup of about 5 yards on the play. Johnson, number 84. Defensively, the Vikings in their base will have Al Noga, Newton, Millard, and Chris Dolman. And the linebacking core will be reduced to 2 because of the run and shoot. It'll be Mike Merriweather, the former Steeler, and the veteran Studwell. 4 cornerbacks, and they'll be joined on occasion by Darrell Fullington. That means Travis Furter, the starter's not in there. Joey Browner will direct traffic at strong safety. 2nd and 5. Barry Sanders, short of the first down at the 31-yard line. Chris Dolman on the stop.
Coach Jerry Burns of the Vikings is extremely concerned with Barry Sanders. We look to see less and less stunning. Minnesota's a team that usually likes to get their linemen in the stunts in the games and get them going through the gaps and going crazy. You can't do that against Sanders. He's a darter. He can make you pay for those kind of mistakes.
Barry Sanders, bothered by a hip pointer a week ago, says he's just feeling fine, but he is wearing the hip pad this week, as he did last week after hurting the hip 2 weeks ago without them. Hippel's first pass intended out the right side for Waller Stanley, incomplete. Will bring up fourth down. Isaac Holt had the coverage on Stanley. So perhaps the best player on this Detroit team will be up next as we see the deep man Leo Lewis, a dangerous return man, against this punter, Jim Arnold. Look at that, leading the NFC with a 46.4-yard average and a 64-yard punch to credit.
That tells you something about your player acquisitions over the last few years when your punter is your star of the team.
That's right. He came as a free agent in Kansas City back in '86. Just got it away. Good rush by the Vikings. Lewis signaling fair catch to take the Lions bounce. Bounced all the way from about the 37-yard line down inside the 25. They'll spot it at the 24. So a 46-yarder for Jim Arnold. Tommy Kramer, last week, 18 of 32, coming in relief of Wade Wilson against Tampa. 2 touchdowns, but also 2 pickoffs. And Jerry Burns said that it was not vintage Kramer, but it was good enough. Zimmerman, Huffman, Loudermilk, Kalis, Irwin, and Jordan. David Huffman for the injured Randall McDaniel. D.J. Dozier and Alfred Anderson will start. Plenty of Darren Nelson and Rick Penny. And Gustafson is the third wide receiver. Jordan, first down. Chris Spielman made the tackle, the linebacker, number 54. Defensively for the Lions, in their 3-4, Eric Williams, Jerry Ball, Kevin Brooks in for the injured Steve Ferguson on injured reserve. Nico Noga, acquired recently from Phoenix, will see action. Williams, Spielman, Victor Jones, George Jameson starting for the injured Michael Cofer, although Cofer may get into the game. Taylor Holmes, William White, Benny Blaze with Griffin and Crockett in the nickel and dime packages. Benny and Dozier in together now. This is Benny. Benny gets 5. Met by William White. Jerry Holmes right behind us.
The Vikings are looking to establish their running game, especially against a team like Detroit. They'd like to keep their defense on the field. So you get this running game going, you eat up the clock. It also gives the quarterback like Tommy Kramer a little time to adjust his back and start the situation.
Jerry Burns has a lot of confidence in Tommy Kramer, although as you pointed out, Randy, he has underlined that Wilson is the starter. He did that at the beginning of camp, and for the first time, Kramer came into a season grudgingly admitting that he was number 2. Anderson for about 2 yards. William White and Benny Blaze, the safeties coming up to fill very well, holding them to a 2-yard pickup. It'll leave 3rd and 3. Benny comes back in, plays doubled in much of the time.
Got their
Benny and Anderson.
Got their big tack off Benny and Anderson at the same time. It's something we look to see a lot of today, so they can control that ground game.
Benny, the ball stripped. Lions have it. Kevin Brooks stripping it from Finney. Brooks, number 97, and Victor Jones, the linebacker, number 57, coming up with the fumble recovery. Now, that's the kind of a boost a struggling team like the Lions love to get early.
This is the play, like you said, Tim, that can put a team like the Lions into the game. Just a quick pitch, getting some good blocking. Nice block out in front by Anderson. But Brooks just strips the ball away. He gets tackled there. That was great. George Jameson got his legs and wouldn't let him get after the ball.
The second fumble lost by the Vikings through the first 4 games plus this year. Johnson again on that inside handoff. Nowhere to go. Good defensive pursuit by the Vikings. No gain. Dolman and Merriweather were there.
Well, Detroit's got this Minnesota defense very concerned about Barry Sanders. So far, we've seen two carries out of the first two possessions for Richard Johnson. This is a little tiny guy. We're talking 5'6", 185. Those Minnesota defenders are looking to squash this guy.
And they did. Free agent from Colorado, didn't play football last year, led the USFL in pass receiving in 1984 and 85. Offensive coordinator Miles Davis knew him from there, of course. Clark, good catch. Was he in? No, he was not. Incomplete. Robert Clark made a nice catch with Reggie Rutland having tight coverage on him. And Hippo right on the money, but unfortunately scuffed out of bounds.
We learned an awful lot about this run and shoot offense. Figured, hey, you got an inexperienced guy, more three steps. Eric Hissel says everything's kind of a three-step out of this. Lob it out there. He's got the ball, but he only has 1 foot in bounds before he gets out.
Well, he could make a slight case, perhaps, for Rutland pushing him out, but the officials didn't see it that way.
Well, it's all due to your momentum. If your momentum would have carried you out anyway, the guy can get it.
Third down. Hipple in the pocket. Incomplete. Intended for Stacy Mobley, number 81. Ball was a little behind him. Mobley couldn't hang on. Rutland again on the coverage. So the Lions failed to move it after recovering the fumble. They remained at the Viking 42 and will have to punt.
You know, it's one glaring mistake week after week for the Detroit Lions. These wide receivers are not catching a lot of the balls. They dropped 8 last week, and a lot of those were very catchable. 2 they dropped for touchdowns.
Arnold Engling. Lewis signaled fair catch and was hit there. Had no chance to catch it. It was Bruce Norton, number 29, who interfered with him. And that's likely going to be the call. The referee today, Gordon McCarter. Getting some counsel from field judge Jack.
Interference with the opportunity to catch the kick. 15 yards from the start of the foul. First down.
So a big 15-yard penalty will bring it up to the 29.
He's waiting for the fair catch. You've got to give him a cushion of at least a yard or two. McNorton tries to miss him, sees he's in trouble, and it's clearly a mistake on McNorton's part.
Well, we turn to the Metrodome, scoreless in the first.
I was feeling pretty good when I saw my boy Joe in that new Oldsmobile. I thought Joe had finally matured some. But that new Cutlass Slade doesn't look like any Oldsmobile that I ever had. It's got something called a high output Part 4 engine. The next thing you know, Joe will be bringing home girls.
This is not your father's Oldsmobile. This is a new generation of old.
Now get up to a $1,600 cash bonus on a 1990 Cutlass Calais. See your old dealer today.
I was always the quarterback's favorite target. I never dropped the ball because I had hands like glue. And even after football, I stick with my favorite beer, Miller Lite. I don't want some watered-down version of a regular beer. I want the less filling beer that tastes great.
Why?
Net in 88, you can see the numbers speak for themselves. Lion taming might even be considered animal abuse. 527 pass yards to 63. 906 total yards to 149 by the Lions, so leading to a total score of 67-17. And this is not a team in the Lions that has improved dramatically in a year, so they're just going to have to be raising their game several notches to try and improve on those marks.
Offense, 5 yards, still first down.
Kim Irwin charged with a false start.
Raising their game several notches, Tim. I think they're going to have massive out-of-body experience to match 500 and something, 900 yards.
Well, they got 5 yards back from the 15-yard penalty. Steve Walsh has thrown a touchdown pass for Dallas against Green Bay, and that's where we just saw. Evidently that's the extra point. Kramer on first down over the head of Jordan. Kramer under pressure. Chris Spielman, the linebacker, number 54.
I'm kind of curious, Tommy, to get a blitz early. He said Detroit doesn't usually blitz until he gets way down into the red zone around the 20-yard line or so, and generally they play pretty vanilla. But Tommy gets, you know, now he's been hit. See, Eric Williams smacks him a little bit. Spielman's got him. Now he knows he's in a football game. Tommy's fired up, an old vet like that. There's Spielman. I was trying to talk to him before the game. He looked right through me.
Yes, intensity has become a football cliche, but that guy personifies it. He is a serious guy. 2nd and 15. Kramer hit from behind. Just managed to hold on. Jimmy Williams nearly stripped the ball away from Kramer. First sack of the day scored by the Lions.
You know, Jimmy's a pretty humble guy out of Nebraska. Jimmy Williams, number 59, will be coming out of the left side of the screen here. We asked him yesterday, what do you do well? Well, you know, I rush the passer pretty good. I'm a pretty good run defender. Tries to strip the ball. Kramer just gets 2 hands on it as he's being hit. Just comes in. He's got the ball out. Kramer knows he's going down. Look at that. 2 hands on the ball. You young guys out there, take note of that.
Good job by Kramer to keep the ball. 4 wide receivers in now on 3rd and long. Flag down. Incomplete, intended for Leo Lewis. Let's see what the flag situation is. Ray Crockett knocks the pass down. And it's offside against Detroit. So the Vikings get a break.
Number 97, defense, lined up offside. 5-yard penalty, repeat 3rd down.
Ooh, a major no-no. Kevin Brooks lining up offside. You always feel those guys are trying to get an edge, don't you?
I say, especially this Vikings defense, you assume they're in your backfield when they start. But defensive linemen, they eat up as much of that ball as they can, and that's a fact of life. Sooner or later, they're going to get caught.
Kevin Brooks came over on waivers from Denver, former number 1 pick of the Cowboys back in '85. He's got the job because Steve Ferguson is on injured reserve. Trying to get to the marker, he'll be short. Ray Crockett, rookie from Baylor, makes the tackle. So Minnesota will have to punt. Bucky Scribner, averaging 38.6 on each punt so far.
Wade Font says he's getting tired of having the defense referred to bend it, don't break, 2 gaps. Because we just flat out have to get after these guys and have to make them feel like they're really in the game from this first play.
Alden Stanley waiting Scribner's punt at the 23-yard line. Dixon at the 25. Walter Stanley with room. To the 45-yard line of Minnesota, but a flag down. And Scribner steered him out. So many infractions like these on punt and kickoff. A 36-yard punt, a 25-yard return, and may not mean a thing. This one against the receiving team. Most often, it's against the punting team, Randy.
That's right. Guys are downfield illegally, but whenever it's against the return team,
Tripping, number 21 receiving team during the return. 10-yard penalty from the dead ball spot, 1st down.
Terry Taylor charged with tripping. And so the good return negated. We'll be back.
I'm tired of us centers getting no recognition. I played 13 seasons in front of millions of fans, made All-Pro twice, and started in 3 Super Bowls. Yet no one knows who I am. Hey, even if I'm not well known, at least my beer is. Miller Lite. An All-Pro center doesn't want some watered-down version of a regular beer. I want the less-filling beer that tastes great. Let me get that.
Hey, aren't you Randy Cross?
It's well known. When it's Miller Lite, less filling tastes great.
It's a new generation.
generation and we want a new road.
Sequential port, fuel injection, anti-lock brakes.
Payday come and we want a new road.
Visual information center handles great.
This Oldsmobile is not a father.
New generation for the sons and daughters.
It is a new generation of Oldsmobile.
Because there's a man in Chicago planning his retirement this year. Because there's a family in Boston who hopes to send their kids to college someday. Because there's a doctor in New York looking forward to the day she'll open her own clinic. Because every investor is different, with dreams all their own. Dean Witter measures success, one investor at a time. Dean Witter, a member of the Sears Financial Network.
There's Wade Wilson on the sideline wearing the baseball hat because it's playoff time in baseball, I guess. And Wade injured last week. A broken knuckle, kind of a freak play, Randy.
Very much so. Wade didn't even know what he'd done. We'll see the highlight. We'll see a little light ring around his hand. Right here's what happens. See that? That's right where the hand comes in. He has that heavily taped hand. It's on top of that knuckle. He didn't even know it until he got to the sideline. Noticed he had a lump in his palm. He had fractured his knuckle, had 23 stitches and about a 5-inch scar on the back of his hand.
They did some quick surgery, put a couple of little screws in there, and he hopes to be back in a few weeks' time. 1st and 10. A penalty against Detroit on the punt play, backing them up. And on the first play, Millard leads a charge, and Hippo is sacked at the 37-yard line. Al Noga and Millard storming in.
Well, if you got a short drop, a medium drop, or a long drop, it really isn't going to matter. You get a guy like Millard coming free like this. Hippo is just a sitting duck. Noga kind of comes in and cleans up on him, but Millard's the kind of defensive lineman getting your quick arm over. He's got such good acceleration. But you see how fast he accelerated past that offensive line. Once he gets the corner, he can't stop him.
2nd down, 19. Barry Sanders on the flip, and he's stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Mike Merriweather, the linebacker. Now for an NFL update. Let's go to Brent Musburger in New York.
Well, Tim, Vinny Testaverde strikes first against the Chicago Bears, but fortunately for Vinny, a wide receiver, Mark Carrier, was 5 yards deep of the intended receiver, and he, in essence, intercepted in the end zone. It's 7-0 Bucks, back to 10.
All right, Brent, of course, fans here are very interested to see what happens with the Bears and the Bucks. We're following that game closely. Unbeaten Chicago Bears at 4-0. 3rd down from the 36-yard line. Football to Sanders. Sanders breaks the tackle and nearly picks up the 1st down. Carl Lee finally stopped him. Barry Sanders showed that explosive speed.
Well, you're going to see Keith Millard get free once again in the backfield. A little quick draw. Gets around the guard a little too fast, almost gets a hand on. You need more than a hand to stop Barry Sanders. He's only 5'9", but he weighs right around 200 pounds. Look at that acceleration. That is why Jerry Burns and the Vikings are so afraid of this guy. He's gotten rave reviews from every team they've played so far.
Came up a yard short, however, and the Lions will have to punt. Arnold standing at his 38. Neil Lewis, the Vikings 10. Down, and we may have had a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, you know, what can you say, Randy? I mean, they've hurt themselves here about 4 times in the early going with these kind of silly little errors.
Well, it's what they've done the first 4 weeks so far. And Wayne Fonte says, you've got to stop stupid mistakes. That is a stupid mistake. A lot of the times when you get out on the field, you've got to hurry things up. Get that kickoff and get the game going. They keep giving up these yards like this. It's really costly.
4 penalties already. Fine punch from Arnold. Lewis lets it go, and it bounces upfield. Will be down inside the 10-yard line by James Griffin. So Arnold does another fine job. A return, 6:41 to go, 4th quarter. You know, baseball cards are real popular these days. The one Ron say.
Scoreless, first quarter, 6:41 to go. Vikings' last offensive series interrupted by a fumble. There's Mike Lynn with the binoculars, the general manager of the Vikings. He has been a busy man this week. Now, he's well paid, but he probably asked for a little overtime this week with all of the events going on here, and some of them of a very serious nature. Dozier on first down, picked up about 6 yards, and Benny Blades made the stop. Lynn having to deal with the comments made by Joey Browner and raised by other black players on the team, and to his credit, had personal meetings with the players, and seems to feel that issue has been resolved. And then, of course, he's been on the phone to the Dallas folks trying to make a deal for Herschel Walker. He acknowledges those discussions and also admits they're not over. And he's going to Dallas for the meeting regarding the commissioner next week. And no doubt we'll talk further about Herschel Walker. Benning with a flag down. Has the first down yardage. Holding against the Vikings. Preliminary signal. Victor Jones had the tackle.
There's a happy face. Jerry Burns, but he knows his Viking team right now.
Number 63, offense. Half the distance penalty, repeat second down.
He knows his Viking team is kind of playing with their emotional tank at about half empty. They're not playing very well. Detroit is well-meaning at this point. They're making too many mistakes, but they've got a lot more enthusiasm than Mr. Burns' Vikings.
Lauderdale picked up the hold as the Bucks have gone on top of the Bears 14-0. Against Dallas. Second down, 12. Dozier, nowhere, tripped over his blocker, David Huffman. Eric Williams got a piece of him. Huffman, number 72, playing for the injured Randall McDaniel. And while Huffman is a valued backup here in Minnesota, the Vikings are quite candid in saying he's no McDaniel, and they missed Randall, and they missed yet another week.
Well, if you want to get your running game going, you can pick better spots in the middle of this Detroit Lion defense. You got guys like Jerry Ball and Chris Spielman and Eric Williams. Brooks is a good run defensive end, number 97. I'd look for them to try to go outside more than inside to get some effective running.
Third down and 13. Dozier stacked up, breaks out. Stops at the 11-yard line. Bluebirds are out. Jimmy Williams finally nailed him. Vikings will have to punt.
The tendency for most offenses is to get incredibly conservative when you get backed up like that. One of the things I always enjoyed about our offense in San Francisco when I was playing, Bill Walsh would throw a bomb from the half-foot line. Offensive linemen don't like that because it puts a lot of pressure on us, but it really keeps defenses guessing.
Now, Lou Holtz believes in that series. Done it frequently with Notre Dame. Of course, the Irish aren't often backed up in the goal line. Occasionally, every now and then they are. Fourth down from the 1-yard line. Strickler's punt. Short. Walter Stanley to the 30-yard line of the Vikings. The former Packer with a good burst up the middle. Mark Zuzbadak made the tackle. He'll be back at the Metrodome amid the boos in a moment. 2 minutes. This scoreless game between the Lions and the Vikings. Now, Randy, the Lions have now got themselves another fine opportunity. A 21-yard punt return to the Vikings 31. This time, they've really got to make something happen.
It sounds too early, but this could be your key possession of the game. They get points here, they're going to believe they can make it a tough day for the Vikings after this.
Hipple against the 5-man front. He's got Mobley all down at the 1-yard line. A flag on the play. Perfectly executed that time. Hipple, his first pass completion.
Number 75, defense, lined up in the neutral zone. Penalty declined. First down, goal to go.
And it will stand with a 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. Millard offside.
bottom line is that's concerned about these lights indoors throwing these guys off. But Hipple takes a short drop and just guns it to Mobley. Great open spot in that seam. Look at that. He just tries to slide his way in. He gets dragged down at the last minute. Browner just gets him by the collar and pulls him down. Look at Eric. He's giving him a little pep talk here. Look how small those receivers are. They don't even have to bend over. The offensive line is right over the top of their head.
Tony Page is the lone setback, the 235-pound fullback, number 49. Stop. Ray Berry, number 50, with Scott Studwell, and now Dolman and somebody on that offensive front.
I believe that's Glover, Kevin Glover, the center, having a few fisticuffs. Oh, come on. You always get hit first, don't you? When you get in a fight like this, you can't hit back.
Next defense, half the distance penalty, first down.
Personal foul against Dolman. So Glover didn't hit back evidently, Randy.
Well, I was saying you always, if you hit back, let's say you get hit first. Somebody sits there and they give you a little pop, and you get mad. You know, Dolman's standing up, just out of your frame, you can just at the top of your screen, you see Glover kind of rear up. He hits him, Dolman reacts, you're the second guy, if you hit second, you always get caught.
Half the distance, a gain to half a yard. Hayes stopped again. Al Noga underneath the traffic to put the stop with Merriweather and Studwell. Noga number 99. Fired up Vikings front. 2 plays in a row, keeping Page out of the end zone from inside the 1. Hipple touchdown. Eric Hipple. First start since 1986, started out 0 for 3 today, and then zeroed in on Stacy Mobley to get him to the 1 and winds up with a score.
Well, he's not going to make anybody forget any wishbone quarterbacks here, but it's one of the advantages you get in this run and shoot. People have to spread out. They throw this option at you. Hipple just falls into the end zone, no big deal. Score, touchdown. That's like I said, they stretch it out so fast that you can't cover all the guys.
With the point after, Eddie Murray. And the Lions take the early lead here at the Metrodome, and a strangely silent crowd now as they watch these Vikings off to a shaky start, both in the season and in this game. 23 still to play in the first quarter. Eric Hipple talking to Bob Galliano there, number 14. Got to feel good about running one in, a guy that they have changed the offense for today, as you see the head-to-heads here. And the Vikings leading this series in a big way, but the Vikings having won the last 5 in a row. Hipple having a chance to play again after 2 seasons of injury, and they redesigned this offense because he can't run very well. He gets a touchdown.
All right, you know, they said, Eric says, I don't have the kind of arm. I can't get out there running full speed and throw those great routes. And Wayne Font says he can't throw that backside seam pattern from the run. So what? You go back to 3 steps or 5 steps, you set up and you throw the ball.
That was the architect of the run and shoot. Now Davis you saw there. And Eric Hipple chatting with the wide receivers. Robert Clark. Detroit going 31 yards after the punt return by Stanley. 4 plays got him into the end zone. Murray will kick it off. Line drive, Nelson from the 5. Met by a swarm at the 32-yard line of Minnesota. James Griffin, initial contact, number 34. 28-yard return for Darren Nelson. Nelson, among the players talked about as possibly involved in the trade for Herschel Walker, and when he wasn't counting himself in it, he had one of the better reactions to the Herschel Walker deal.
That's right, Tim. He says, that's just what we need around here. One more ego asking for the football.
But he said it with a smile on his face. He's a fun guy, Darren Nelson. Whether or not he's here will be determined, of course. And whether or not the Walker deal even happens will be determined. Alfred Anderson for about a yard. And more boos from an unhappy Vikings crowd here. Jerry Ball made the stop. A sellout crowd at the Metrodome, but displeased with the start of their Vikings today.
Well, the Vikings had mentioned they're trying to get the running game going, but they're going right at the Detroit strength right now. If they do go back and throw the ball, I think we look for the Detroit defense to get after them with some ballistics. They got to put some pressure on Tommy Kramer and keep this momentum rolling in their favor.
James Griffin has come into the secondary. The nickel package here, 2nd and 9. Griffin comes right up onto the line of scrimmage. Darren Nelson hit by Ball. Loss on the play. Flag down. Tremendous quickness by this 300-pounder.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 59 defense. 15 for the dead ball spot, first down.
Well, again, the Lions hurt themselves. Jimmy Williams with a roughing penalty. And a good defensive play by Ball turns into a 16 or 17-yard gain.
You know, you mentioned Jerry Ball's size, Tim. I can say without a doubt, in my opinion, he has nobody better in the league at his position. Not Michael Carter, nobody else. I believe Ball is at least the best. He's up there with the best in the league. He's a great nose guard.
First down at the 47 for the Vikings. Kramer, release man Nelson, and just about 8 on the play to the 45-yard line of Detroit. Caught from behind by Victor Jones. Jones into the injured Dennis Gibson, who is on injured reserve, and Jones coming over as a Plan B free agent from Tampa Bay.
Well, that just about says it there, Tim. 3 plays and a fumble, then 4 and a punt, and 3 and a punt. They've been very conservative to this point. They have not showed much of a high-risk passing game, though they do have some great wide receivers. I think they've got to open it up.
First time into Detroit territory, and we have only 22 seconds left in the quarter. Flag again. Kramer sideline for Jordan, complete to the 39-yard line, first down. Benny Blades drove him out. Wayne Fonts took a hit on the sideline. Is that a smile or a grimace? I'm not sure.
Yes.
A smiling grimace.
Look at Wayne.
Number 93 defense lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. The penalty makes it a first down.
Oh. Wayne Fonts is lucky he's wearing those slick shoes, because on that AstroTurf, he can get your knee caught and hurt pretty good on that stuff.
Yeah, you're not kidding. That could have been dangerous. We've had several coaches getting hurt on the sidelines. It's become a tough sport off the field as well as on.
And he doesn't want to get those wheels hurt. He just lost his interception record back to the Jets.
That's exactly right. Eric McCullough took away an old record held by Wayne Fonts when he was playing with the Jets. Interception return. More than 80 yards in 4 minutes. Kramer complete with Troy Johnson to Hassan Jones, pardon me. Jones to the 12-yard line. Jamison on the tackle. Hassan Jones. First big play of the day by the Vikings. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. The Lions on top, 7-0.
Managing the Vikings is a complex business, and as a businessman, I have to be concerned with the bottom line. But here in the Vikings organization, we do a lot more than play football. We're all a part of our community. This is the United Way Budget and Allocations Committee. Their job isn't easy, but when you give to the United Way, they ensure accountability and make sure your United Way contributions reach the people who really need your help. These are homeless children. And here in Minnesota, we've developed unique programs that ensure shelter, education, support, and guidance for them. This is a part of my family, my wife, Georgia, and daughter, Lucia. And we all want these children and all children to have the same chance at life, to fulfill their potential. And that's the real bottom line for them and for all of us. Because the United Way, it brings out the best in all of us.
This message furnished by the National Football League.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by the new generation of Oldsmobile. Step into the future now at your Oldsmobile dealer. Dean Witter measures success one investor at a time. And by Miller Lite, official sponsor of the NFL Player of the Year Award. Miller Lite brings you the NFL's best.
Tim Ryan with Randy Cross, sold out Metrodome, Minneapolis. The Lions lead at 7-0, but the Vikings finally down deep in Detroit territory for the first time in the game as we begin the second period. They're at the 13-yard line, first down.
This is the part of the field Tommy Kramer and the Vikings are looking for the blitz from the Detroit Lions. Look for them to take advantage of it.
4 down linemen defensively. Jones in motion, and Darren Nelson inside the 10-yard line. Pick up about 5 yards on the play. George Jamison on the initial hit with Gary Ball getting in on it as usual.
Darren Nelson, one of Jerry Burns' 5 running backs he uses on a regular basis. So Jerry says, I've got a lot of good running backs, but I don't have the great running back that I would have him have in there play after play. If I had a great running back, I could modify my system for it and adjust to it.
Second and 7. Darren Nelson nowhere to go. About a yard. Steelman there. 54, bottom of the stack.
Well, they keep testing the middle of this Detroit Lion defense. Look at this double team. Jerry Ball gets rolled up in a ball, no pun intended. But he says, that's my job. I'm supposed to get double teamed. You know what that does? That frees those inside linebackers up. That lets them scrape. It lets them fill those holes. Jerry Ball takes up bodies. Linebackers make tackles.
Darren Nelson comes out. Anderson goes in with Kramer as the lone setback. 4 wide receivers across. Gustafson and Leo Lewis. Jones and Carter. Alfred Anderson to the 5-yard line. It'll leave 4, 4th down, and about 2 for a first. Jimmy Williams, Curtis Green combining on the stop. The Vikings will take the field goal.
Well, the fans don't like this decision of going for a field goal instead of a touchdown. Believe me, they'd like it a lot less if they went for a touchdown and they didn't get it. You put these 3 points on the board and you keep a patient attitude. Detroit's a team that has self-destructed in the past. Let them play back. Put the 3 points on the board.
Spotted just outside the 12. 22-yard attempt for Rich Collins. And he got it. Rich Collins, former Denver Bronco, with a 22-yard field goal, and Detroit now leads 7-3. At the 5-yard line by Paul Palmer, and he gets out to the 23-yard line. Flag down on the play. And the infraction will be against the Lions on the kickoff return. And they are not alone in getting a lot of penalties on kickoff returns, as we commented earlier.
Illegal block, back, number 67, receiving team during the return. Half the distance, first down.
Ken Dallafor, the culprit. Tampa Bay's gone on top of the Bears, 21-0. How about that? Second quarter.
This NFC Central won't be decided till late in the season for a change.
Green Bay on top, a much improving team. Well, the Lions hurt themselves again, backed up inside their 10 with the penalty. They lead in the game, 7-3. Early movement, apparently by the left guard, Eric Candlestick. Now, Randy, question for you. You've got this intimidating front of Minnesota. But how much of this may have to do with the fact that it's Eric Hipple, who hasn't been in there, working with this line except in practice this week?
Well, there's a certain amount of unfamiliarity, but I think a lot of it's enthusiasm. I mean, you're in your stance, you're getting ready to run a run play, and you got a guy like Keith Millard in front of you. You're going to take a little extra jump, and you got a good jump on that one.
Eric Handel set. First and 15. Hipple from the goal line. Complete to the 10-yard line. Robert Clark, the former New Orleans Saints, hit immediately by Reggie Rutland, number 48, and they're going to spot it at the 12. It'll leave second down and about 7.
The luck's been made of this run and shoot or the silver stretch offense. All it really is being called by most coaches that are opposing it is heck, it's nickel. Third and long every single down.
Vikings quarterback played up on the wideout. Hipple, short drop, incomplete for Clark. Didn't hold on. That's been perhaps a major problem in the silver stretch with Rodney Peete, Bob Galliano. Today, Eric Hipple finding it out. Dropped passes, 8 of them in last week's game. And they've simply got to catch the ball to make this concept work.
And Eric Hipple got a little lucky right there, too, Tim. Carl Lee, if the ball had been thrown directly at the receiver or a little behind it, Carl Lee would have been in the end zone right now for a touchdown.
Third down. 7. Hipple intercepted Merriweather. Touchdown. Get a look at whether or not Hipple was grabbed by a Viking defender long enough to have had a whistle before he released the ball into the arms of Merriweather.
I don't know if anybody had the grasp or control necessary, but an awful lot of them had shots at him. They got arms on him, they kicked him, they scratched him. Here's the first hand gets on him, Noga. Wow. There's Mike Merriweather, ball thrown right into his chest. I asked Mike Merriweather yesterday in the Viking locker room. I said, Mike, when was the last time you caught an interception and went in for a touchdown? And he thought I'd ask him about the meaning of life. He looked at me with this bewildered look on his face like, gosh, have I ever done that? Yeah, it was against Houston. No, it was against Indianapolis. Well, yeah, I've done it before, but I can't remember when it was.
Well, how about that? You must have put the right psych in his mind, Randy. He'll be looking for you after the game. Buy you one of those products you sell on those commercials we have.
But in the rules of the game say the quarterback has to be in the grasp and control of the defender to qualify as a sack. He steps up right here. Millard grabs him. He pumps. He's got him with both arms around the leg. That, to me, appears to be grasp and control.
Well, that would certainly be, had they called it, about the most negative penalty that you could ever want to have to deal with. Where you have here a case of once he got the ball off, instead of something good happening for him, it turned into a touchdown against him. If he didn't get the call, it would have saved that. Strange set of circumstances. Harlan to the 3-yard line. Paul Palmer out to the 23-yard line. The ball came loose and was ruled down as the whistle was blown. Mark Stoddard made the stop. up 10-7. The touchdown by Mike Merriweather. 11:30 to go here in the first half. Detroit with a turnover already. 8 penalties have been really a big problem for them early when they might have taken control of the football game with the opportunity they had.
This has been the reoccurring theme for Detroit this season. A lot of mistakes, a lot of drop passes.
Hipple 2 of 7. Sanders to the 26-yard line, a flag down.
It appeared Millard anticipated that snap by a good second or two and jumped into the backfield. He can really be a real tough case.
Offside. Number 75, first and 5.
Millard's got such great anticipation and such great quickness that you combine those two together, I'd say at least 60% of the time you can make an argument for a guy with that kind of speed and quickness and anticipation of being offside. And again, that's spoken as an offensive lineman. We think defensive linemen are always offside.
Leads the first and 5 for the Lions at their own 25-yard line. Sanders hit, popped loose, but then is dropped for a loss. Another flag down. Noga had the first hit on him, and the elusive and hard-hitting Sanders popped out of there. Macon Parks who had the initial contact, and Noga finally wrapped him up. There's Al Noga.
Holding, number 60, offense. 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Mike Utley, number 60, right here with Millard, number 75. Big rookie doesn't do a bad job. He gets Millard to go inside. He pushes him inside, but you can't anticipate the next thing is going to happen. Clark's going to fill that hole and drive Barry Sanders back. But Utley is a big, young, aggressive offensive lineman. Wayne Fonts really likes this young man. He says he's got a great temperament for an offensive lineman. He's almost like a defensive lineman. He's got that mean streak.
6'6", 280-pounder, the number 3 pick this year from Washington State. First down and 15. Mobley dropped immediately. Excellent coverage. Merriweather in a force in the early going here on defense.
Well, that play right there was kind of a what do I do with the ball now case. I think everything sort of fell apart, and Eric Hipple stepped up and just saw Mobley crossing right in front of him and kind of half lobbed it, half passed it in front of him so that Merriweather was there to cover on the play. You know, Mike's happy. He's adjusted very, very well, Mike Merriweather here, number 57, to his move from Pittsburgh to Minnesota. He's very happy.
Second and 18. Mobley in motion. Sanders. Almost had daylight ahead. Tripped up by Isaac Holt, or he would have been history on the sideline. But yet another flag down against Detroit. Sanders had the first down yardage.
Ineligible downfield, number 73, offense. Half the distance penalty, repeat second down.
What the Lions are trying to set up, you see Harvey Saylor, number 73, who was downfield. The Lions are trying to set up a middle screen on the Minnesota Vikings. You see Hipple's going to drop back. Ken Clark is released there by Glover. He's rushing, he's rushing. Not a very well-advised pass. Noga's got Sanders covered, but look at this. We'll see why they're afraid of Sanders. Look, he breaks tackles, he keeps churning, he keeps moving. Joey Browner can't stay with him on that move, and he just keeps right on going. We didn't quite see Harvey Saylor downfield. When you have a middle screen, it's got to happen fast.
The 10th penalty backs him up inside the 10, second and 23. Sanders again. Flags down. It'll be against the Vikings for an extra hit out of bounds. Probably a expect.
Personal foul, late hit out of bounds, number 26 defense. 15 yards, automatic first down.
You know, you get these great wide receivers, these great running backs. They can frustrate a defender. Nobody can tackle this guy. He's rushing them all. He's quick away. He's out of bounds. And Aubrey figures, I'm going to hit him. I don't care where he is. He was close enough. It's a decision call. The defender obviously thinks he's inbounds or close enough to the yard marker to make it worth taking a shot at.
So the Lions wind up with a first down to the 28-yard line. Barry Sanders. Can't shake loose that time. And it's Audrey McMillan with a good tackle around the ankle. Jim Ryan and Randy Cross at the Metrodome in Minneapolis. We're in the second period with the Vikings leading 10-7 after the Lions had taken the 7-0 lead. And Maywell have had more points on the board except for many missed opportunities, penalties particularly, and a crucial turnover.
When you're on a team like the Lions that isn't winning, you get off to a good start, you almost expect for teams to get ahead of you to go on and beat you in a situation like this. A lot of stupid mistakes.
Hippo incomplete. Again, flag down in the backfield. Hard to say who the intent is. And here's a case of that shoot and run where they're changing their patterns and so on. Hippo threw it where he thought there would be a receiver. Mobley was going the other way. And it appears that this penalty will be against the Vikings. It is. They're marking off another personal foul.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 57 defense. Unnecessary on goal. First down.
Mike Merriweather.
In this run and shoot offense, when the quarterback holds on to the ball very long, it usually means something big or good is going to happen. Merriweather, you can't hit the quarterback up above the chest there towards the head. I don't think it was late. I think it was where he hit it.
Richard Johnson. Into Viking territory at the 43.
You know, I mentioned earlier about Detroit making kind of stupid mistakes. When I was with the 49ers earlier in my career, we were 2-14 for 2 years in a row. We get into games like this against teams like the Rams and the Vikings. You play real good to start with, but in the back of your mind, you were always saying, well, gee, when are we going to mess up? When are we going to make the mistake that's going to lose this game for us? It takes a while to develop the attitude, and Wayne Fonts right here is looking to develop a winning attitude with Detroit, and he's got the patience to do it. See those numbers that were flashed on our screen? They've lost 86 yards on penalties.
14-yard pickup by Johnson as in the first down in Viking territory. But Barry Sanders buried it. Millard, Studwell, Noga.
In the opener, Tim, Al Noga probably had his best game of the year so far against an offense very similar to the Detroit offense, very wide open, where he could just have free reign to run upfield, run inside, go after these people, and he was really looking forward to playing against this offense. And so far today, he's off to a good start.
Lions have 2nd and 12 at the 45-yard line. 3 receivers to the left. Intended for Clark, but good coverage on him by Reggie Rutland. Essentially, the Vikings defense making sure that they've got 4 cornerbacks covering those 4 receivers and going with the 2 linebackers. Merriweather has been a real force for them defensively as one of only 2 linebackers in there.
Well, Jerry Burns has the luxury of having a Mike Merriweather. You just mentioned about the 4 cornerbacks. Well, what that makes that happen is if you're going to keep a linebacker in, he's going to have to cover Barry Sanders one-on-one eventually. And that's a matchup the Lions like. Merriweather's enough of an athlete to stay with a great back.
Vikings have Ken Clark in at left tackle and Tim Newton spot, and he's had most of the action in this first half. And he leads the rush. Sanders. To the 15-yard line. Barry Sanders No flags are down.
What do you know?
What do you know? A 30-yard run by Barry Sanders after the pass from Hipple.
Well, whoever's in charge of season ticket sales in Detroit has to be happy to see the way this guy's playing. A very quick screen right here, and Barry Sanders skips, hops, jumps, gets a real good block out in front by Utley and Salem, and just keeps moving. He's confronted now by a group of Minnesota Vikings converging on him, and just sort of cuts back into the nearest tackler here.
Boy, that's a thing of beauty to watch. Carl Lee made the stop. As you pointed out earlier, Randy, everybody that has seen him play against him just comes away with nothing but exclamation points about Barry Sanders, saying this guy is really something, including Mike Ditka, who doesn't give compliments freely. 6:35 to go, timeout on the field. 15, the Lions took a timeout on the last play, an equipment repair for Sanders. He is still on the sideline, apparently unhurt, after a 30-yard pass play from Hipple. Page in the backfield. Interception. Holt. Touchdown.
Hipple went out to the sideline once again, and Holt was just kind of sitting out there poaching, waiting for somebody to throw it out, like waiting for Hipple to throw a little out like that, and he jumped all over it. Here it is right now. Hipple's going to go back. He's showing his intentions the whole way. Holt reads it, jumps right in front of the receiver, and forget it. Nobody's going to catch him now. You'll see Hipple coming into the screen, but he's running like he's carrying a refrigerator on his back. You're not going to catch him. A good defensive back like Isaac Holt, when you spot him 20 yards or so.
So the Vikings now up 17-7. Isaac Holt, 90-yard interception return, joining that of Mike Merriweather. He took one in, an interception earlier in this first half. Viking offense, which has not dazzled so far here in the first half, hasn't had to be a factor.
Well, this is going to be a time Wayne Fonz talks about, I'm getting my kind of guys in here. I want the players with the winning attitude that I think they should have. This is the time to see what kind of attitude these guys have. The defense has got to be getting despondent. They know that the offense is going to have some problems early in the season getting going with this run and shoot. They figure they've got to win the game. 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns.
Palmer, the deep man. From the 5. Stopped at the 18-yard line by David Howard. Solomon. Well, next Saturday, our CBS Sports CFA College Football action will feature LSU against number 11-ranked Auburn. And two exciting quarterbacks involved there. Tommy Hudson and Reggie Black will lead LSU and Auburn respectively. SEC matchup. 2:30 Eastern Time next Saturday on CBS. kickoff play, which comes as no real revelation anymore because it seems like virtually every kickoff turns into two.
I don't know if it's just me, Tim, but there have been more infractions in these first 4 or 5 games of the year. It seems like every half there's at least 10 penalties.
We had a bunch here, and most of them committed by this man's team, and they have been damaging penalties, especially in the first quarter when they occurred in Vikings territory with good opportunities for the Lions. 10 penalties for 86 costly yards and 7 penalties against the Vikings.
A pace like that, it should be about a 5-hour game. They pick a play be thrown at that rate.
Jerry Burns, getting ready for this game this week, told the squad on Wednesday, he said, you know what this is going to do? It's going to match the mouse against the louse. He was talking about Mouse Davis, the Lions offensive coordinator, against the Vikings defensive coordinator, Floyd Peters. So he said, I told the louse to build a better mousetrap. I was in the local press this week, and Jerry Burns, a good guy. Show it on the sideline during the game. Palmer from the 9 to the 25. Brent Dolbachowski with a stop for the Vikings.
Paul Palmer, former Kansas City Chief. The heck of a running back at Temple. There's another one of those examples. Not every player can make that transition from the pros, from college to the pros.
They started him out here as one of the wideouts in the running through the offense over the stretch, but they decided to plan a running back as a backup to Sanders. First down, Eric Hipple victimized twice by interception for touchdown. Barry Sanders, 4 Vikings. Bury him at the line of scrimmage, led by Al Doga. Mike Utley slow to get up. The right guard, the rookie from Washington State that Wayne Fonts is so high on, and he is hurting. Utley took the job away from last year's starter, Joe Malinchik. Malinchik will have to come in at least for this play. Wayne Fonts, you can see a look of concern on his face. He likes this young man, and he needs no more problems.
Agree on a restaurant, right? Hey, I ordered already. I found us a great wine. Oh, a decision maker. Oh, this is...
They have brought the wheelchair out there, the type that can convert into a stretcher also, it appears. And so this is unfortunate for this young man who had won a starting role as a rookie, and Wayne Fonts was raving about his early season play. Let's hope that this is not too serious, but you can see they're attending carefully to that right leg.
One of the many arguments against this artificial surface is big players nowadays going to
drop the ball on a pass and run deep.
Would have been a 70-some-odd-yard touchdown had he held on to it. Eric Hipple said last night, he and Bob Galliano made the comment that so much of this is based on timing and anticipation of this run and shoot, and the timing is just not there right now.
Third down. Stanley, 4th down. Stanley, the former Green Bay Packer, let go this year by Lindy Infante. A bit of a surprise over in Green Bay. Had a fairly good career there. Stanley, over his first 4 years in the league, we see Utley going off.
Hipple said something funny. He goes, since we got Walter Stanley, I finally have a receiver here I can speak in NFL language. When I use the terminology, he knows what I'm talking about.
Arnold punt. Leo Lewis at the 25. Nailed by Toby Captain, reserve linebacker number 50, after a 50-yard punt. Spotted at the 28-yard line of Minnesota. Well, next Sunday on CBS, the Lions will be down at Tampa Bay. Last report, the Bucs leading the Bears. And Green Bay will be here to take on the Vikings. Beginning of the NFL today at 12:30 Eastern Time. Dick and Brent and Irv and Joe McDonough. First down, Vikings. D.J. Dozier. About a yard. Jerry Ball ranging out the sideline as he does so well to make the initial hit.
He's unlike any other nose guard in the NFL in that, like you said, ranging sideline to sideline. You watch the films of this guy, you can't believe a guy that heavy. He's 6 feet tall, he's nearly 300 pounds. You'll see him across the field, 10, 15 yards down the field, making tackles on running backs.
Wayne Fonts raves about his attitude. This guy is just a quality person. He gives you everything on every play. You would think he'd run off 10 to 15 pounds a game. He may well do. I guess he just puts it back on Monday.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
2nd and 9. Almost picked out. Intended for the tight end, Jordan. Benny Blaze nearly had an intercept, but a flag is thrown in the area. And it's apparently against the Lions.
Holding. Number 36, defense. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Benny Blades will hear from his mama about that one. When we talked to his brother Brian in Seattle, he told us that the boys got together and bought Mama a dish so she could watch both their games.
Benny's got his hands all over him, right in the center of the screen as you were watching there. He grabbed him with his right hand, he grabbed him with his left hand, and then when the ball was thrown at him, he tried to make the interception. He goes, hey, I almost got a pick. How could I be holding the guy?
The Blades boys, Brian and Benny, had a lot of talent one time. 11 penalties for the Lions. Kramer, nowhere to throw, gives up his body. George Jamison, number 58.
I think that running style could be best described as tentative. Tommy is not one known to really want to get out there and throw his body around and let him hit it around a little bit. He's doing a great job leading this Minnesota Vikings team in this 17-7 lead right now in the second quarter. But he told us yesterday, he said, well, if I have to run, I'll stand just behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe eventually somebody will come open. I won't have to be the one to get hit.
I think he was disappointed the sideline wasn't closer there. 2nd and 5. Jones, number 84. That one seemed to get away from Tommy. 3rd and 5.
The quarterbacks are smart. They know right after a play like that, TV is going to concentrate on them. So whether they threw the ball in the wrong place or not, they always kind of shrug and put their arms up to the wide receiver like, how come you didn't hit? How come you didn't break outside? You're supposed to go outside.
Did Montana give you that information, that inside TV stuff?
No, Joe never made a mistake.
3rd down. Vikings offense has not been getting it done this half. 2 defensive touchdowns. Gustafson as the 3rd wideout. Benny, first down, Minnesota to the 48. 3:33 and counting down first half. Jerry Holmes and Jimmy Williams stopping Penny. Green Bay has moved ahead of Dallas 17-13 in the second quarter.
You know, Rick Finney, you watch him for a while, and Jerry Burns likes this guy. He reminds me a lot of Brown and Osborne, those old running backs from the Minnesota Vikings. They're not real fancy, not flashy, but they make a lot of yards, and they like to run over people.
D.J. Dozier. Good defensive pursuit by the Lions front. Victor Jones and Jimmy Williams, the linebackers, coming up quickly to prevent him from making the turn.
Wayne Fonts at this point is waiting for something good to happen. He's seen enough bad things happen. And don't count the Detroit Lions out. I think with this guy leading them, down the road they're going to be a good team, but they have the proper mental attitude on defense. They want to make big plays happen.
Taylor 5 of 7. Nice catch by Carter, but slightly out of bounds. No, it's going to be a good catch. Ability by Carter. Watch him spin around here to make this 19-yard grab.
Well, it Good job of perseverance here. Tommy Kramer has nobody open. He runs out here. The one you have to really watch is Holmes, number 43. He's got his back turned to the quarterback. He sort of assumes the play's over. Look at that. That's acrobatics. There aren't a lot of people in the league that can make that kind of a catch.
Timeout on the field, and it looks like replay is having a look at it.
Being reviewed.
Chuck Heberling will be reviewing it upstairs. When I called it live, it seemed like there was a pretty good chance that he didn't have 2 feet in bounds. But a look at the replay we just showed you, it seems that he was able to scrape it, but you can't always tell. And then if it falls into the inconclusive, the play stands as it was originally called on the field.
When you're an offensive player, you're standing on the sideline, stuff like that drives you nuts. The defensive back, with his back turned, look, it looked like he got both feet in. Just did drag them in. Here it is again. The play will stand as called. He's got the ball. He's pivoting. He's turning. Anthony Carter, great effort. Jerry Holmes, turn around, look at the quarterback.
Vikings with another drive going here at the 32-yard line. 2:18 to go, first half. Almost picked off. In and out of the hands of Hassan Jones, and Blade tried to grab the deflection. Couldn't hang on.
Hassan Jones made the comment to us yesterday, Tim. He said, hey, these guys play soft on the outside. They're going to give us a quick out type of pattern. We can get inside on them. I don't know if we can get deep, but if we run the right kind of a crossing pattern inside, I can get open.
Hassan the poet. Reads his life through poetry. Fine guy, fine receiver. Very well regarded here by the coaching staff. Jones. First down to the 15. And he picked on Jerry Holmes again. So Kramer cranks it up. 16-yard gain. Vikings threatening and leading 17-7.
No place like America. Anywhere, every face tells a different story. But there's a place.
For football, a sellout crowd watching Minnesota on top. 17-7, 2 big defensive plays. Interception returns for touchdowns by Mike Merriweather and Isaac Holt. Lions struggling with penalties and miscues. And the Vikings on the doorstep again. The ball at the 16-yard line of the Detroit Lions. Tommy Kramer at the controls for the injured Wade Wilson. Vikings offense has produced only a field goal by Rich Garland so far in the game. Lots of time for Kramer. Overthrows the intended receiver Carter. May have elected to offload that one. The coverage there was fairly good by William White, number 35.
Well, the coverage was good, Tim, plus George Jamison, number 58, starting for Mike Coper, came in right at the end and put a pretty good blow on the back of his leg, so he had to get rid of that ball.
Second down, Vikings. Jamison, number 58, for the injured Michael Coper today. Well, the Bears are back in it against Tampa Bay, but still down by 14. Giants in Philadelphia. Well, that's a physical battle. Jones in motion, 3 wides on the right side. Kramer and off the mark. Intended for DJ Dozier out of the backfield. Third down. Well, all the Herschel Walker talk this week, and you referred to our conversation with Jerry Byrne. He said, I wouldn't trade my group of backs, but I don't have a super back. And yes, if we had a Herschel Walker, Roger Craig type, we would alter our style of offense to accommodate a superstar like that. You know, we kind of had Jerry on the spot there speculating about a guy that he may never see here, of course. But the question Captain raised about the style of a Vikings offense as it relates to the running back.
problem to have to figure out how you're going to adapt to Herschel Walker.
Well, that's essentially what he said. Third down. Inside the 4-yard line, Gustafson. First down, Vikings. 1:39 and counting. William White on the tackle.
Gustafson's had a little problem the last week or so with a pinched nerve in his neck. It's kind of unusual for a wide receiver. Most linemen pinch a lot of nerves, but you don't see that very often on the wide receivers.
The guy that came from a small college here in Minnesota, St. Cloud, as a free agent in '85. One of those determined people. Kept trying until he made it. 12-yard gain for him. 3 tight ends now, Jordan, Ingram, and Novoselsky. Benny to about the 2-yard line. And let me correct myself to the Minnesota fans who are cringing as I call it St. Cloud, St. Thomas College, Minnesota, for Gustafson. And the Vikings at the 2-yard line now when we return. Left first half. Longest drive of the game for the Vikings. This will be play number 13. Touchdown. Brent Novoselsky. A free agent tight end from the University of Pennsylvania had tryouts for the Bears in Green Bay. Picked up on waivers from the Packers as his first Viking touchdown.
Well, Tommy Kramer, the Minnesota Viking offense, figured out running in the middle is the thing to do. Here's a little trickery. They tried an option pass. Now a high lob to the tight end for another score.
Right down on the point after. Well, virtually every play situation has found itself a flag during the first half here. Now the point after.
Ball start. 74 offense, 5 yards, retry.
Brian Habib, number 74, backup offensive lineman who plays on the specials against the false start call.
When you get offensive linemen out there on the edge of the line of scrimmage, they get a little excited. It's kind of their chance for glory. Mom and Dad can see them on TV, and they get a little distracted.
Translates into another flag, and we have had plenty of those in the first half. Harless now from the 15-yard line. Got him. 73 yards and 13 plays to score. 2-yard pass to Brent Novoselsky. And Minnesota leads 24-7.
On this replay coming up, you see Novoselsky is going to be right on the right-hand corner of your screen. See the guy in motion. He's the tight end right next to him. Ingram comes in motion. Kramer drops back, gets a little pressure. He puts it only where Novoselsky and the hot dog vendors can get at it. Great catch by Novoselsky. He just tiptoes in the back of the end zone. Chris Spielman gets their number 54 just a little bit too late.
Novoselsky doesn't get a chance to enjoy the glory of sitting on the bench and having the ball boy bring him a cold drink or something. He's got to go back out there on the kickoff team. Halftime. Brent Nerve will be along with scores and highlights on the NFL today and a conversation with Al Davis. Al Davis hired RTL, the first black coach in the NFL's modern era, a former Raiders star player, and of course a lot of interest focused on those developments this week. Brent will be talking with Al Davis at halftime. they get another flag. They'll play it from the 35-yard line. Lions choice on the kickoff point out of bounds. Out for the Carlos, and Aaron Kimball comes on with the Lions. Kimball has suffered 2 interception returns for touchdowns. He joined us along the way. Mike Merriweather for 15 yards. Isaac Holt from 90 as the Lions. Good running by Barry Sanders had himself deep in Vikings territory, only to top it up. Barry Sanders. What a treat to watch this guy. First down at midfield.
Only so often you get to see a running back that can run as fast sideways as he can straight ahead. This guy stop on his eye and is moving just as fast to his right or left as he was moving straight ahead.
Kimball, under pressure, gets it off, complete. Another first down. That is Johnson, Richard Johnson, number 84, Colorado. And timeout taken by the Lions. They'll have 1 remaining after this one. I'll make it 2, pardon me. Timeout is remaining.
Most teams are used to being in a spread-out offense at this time of the game because you get the 2-minute drill, you get in your 4 wide receivers, you get in probably your best pass receiving running back, and you start moving the ball down the field. This is where the run and shoot really comes into play, and that is an advantage. They're in that offense the whole game. They're used to being in this situation.
Ball at the 35-yard line of Minnesota when play resumes. And we've got a big day of football on CBS today. The 49ers, Randy's old team, against the New Orleans Saints. Saints have been a little spotty in the early going this season. But still a solid team that I think most people expect will be a factor as the season progresses. But they are 1-3. Certainly don't want to fall to 1-4. They're taking on the 49ers, world champions, 3-1. Next on CBS Sports. Sanders pulled down from behind by Fullington, who had a piece of the jersey, and then Isaac Holt came up to pop him from in front. And the Lions immediately take another timeout with 14 seconds left. Not too many 2-minute drills you're going to see where they have the running back carrying the ball 2 out of the last 3 plays.
You know, it gets to be kind of a chess game at this situation. They know Minnesota's got a very good pass defense, and without a doubt, I believe they have the best pass rush in the league. What's better against a good pass rush team? A great running back like Barry Sanders. Get those big guys running hard upfield, handing the ball on a draw. Let's see how many yards he can get. And Eddie Murray here, number 3, is seeing his 16 consecutive field goals. I think, well, not I think, his record shows out. He's probably the most accurate kicker right now in the NFL.
5 of 5 this year, along the 48 yards, and 6 indoors in the Silverdome. So feeling comfortable in here at the Metrodome. They've got 1 timeout remaining. Ball at the 32-yard line, 2nd and 7.
You know, you know all these kickers, they always kick indoors in these stadiums. They never have to get out in the wind but 3-4 times a year, it seems like. They'd have a little asterisk next to all their records. They get to kick indoors all the time.
Sanders alone setback. Hipple and incomplete. Richard Johnson, the intended receiver, hadn't quite made his head turn at the time Hipple released the ball. That was, again, that timing you referred to earlier, Randy.
Well, I think Eric Hipple had no choice but to throw it there because Merriweather put a move on Barry Sanders, kind of returned the favor to Barry. He was blitzing on that play. Barry never got a chance to lay a glove on him. He was right in Eric Hipple's face.
They're down. 10 seconds on the clock until halftime. Hipple sack. Second of the half. Ray Berry, linebacker number 50 from Baylor. with Murray. He's got a 48-yarder to his credit, and they're going to give it a shot. But this is going to be a tester for him. Let's see where they spot it. Looks like it's going to be about 52 yards. There's a long of 48 this season.
Well, unless somebody opens the door in here somewhere, you won't have to worry about the wind.
True enough. 5 seconds left. Arnold is the holder. When I saw him come on, I thought they might be thinking a punt here, but they'll give Murray a try at it.
Minnesota's always been a team that gives a lot of pressure in the middle between the tackles. Look for them to get this real push. You can't get the one up very high, or it won't make it 51 yards.
Spotting it just outside the 40. It is good. Eddie Murray, a 50-yard field goal. Now that gives the Lions a boost here as they go in at halftime, having scored the point and reduced the margin to 2 touchdowns.
Good concentration. See Eddie Murray pose there, poise, gets it through. He knows it's good right now. He hit it just like a golf swing. Look at that. Give me a little high 10 there.
So that's the end of the first half at the Metrodome with the score. The Minnesota Vikings 24 and the Detroit Lions 10.
Sports coverage of the national.
Imagine this to this point, the Detroit defense is really playing well. They've got the Vikings to about a 10-7 type of a game. Unfortunately, the offense isn't quite cooperating.
Well, that's right. I think Jerry Burns has got to be talking to his offensive people right about now, even though they're on top. CBS Sports coverage of the NFL continues after this message and a word from your local station.
Cars aren't cheap, never have been. That's why I never take shortcuts with cheap oil and air filters. Give me AC filters every time. AC filters match the original specs on my cars like a nut on a bolt.
Precision AC Delco parts. They don't just fit, they match.
Keep your car running the way it was made to run.
Now get up to $8.80 back on AC filters and plugs. See your retailer for details.
Logan Pass, Montana and Old Milwaukee both mean something great to these guys. Logan Pass means trailblazing, exploring the wilderness of Glacier National Park. And Old Milwaukee means a great beer. Cold, crisp Old Milwaukee beer and smooth, golden Old Milwaukee Light.
There's nothing like the flavor of a special place, and Old Milwaukee beer.
Old Milwaukee and Old Milwaukee Light.
Guys, it just doesn't get any better than this.
An independent study recently compared the quality of an S&K suit and a similar suit sold at Elder Beerman. In the final analysis, both suits were judged to be the same quality. But since the Elder Beerman suit sells for $290 and the S&K suit sells for just $149.97, S&K beats Elder Beerman hands down. Now, where are you going to buy your next suit?
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Mercedes-Benz, engineered like no other car in the world. The Gillette Apra Plus system and Gillette Foaming, together the best a man can get. And by Levi's Dockers. If you're not wearing Dockers, you're just wearing pants.
Tim Ryan with Randy Cross at the Metrodome in Minneapolis. And the Lions will be kicking off to begin the second half. Eddie Murray, who closed the first half with a 50-yard field goal, reduced the margin to 24-10. The Lions within striking distance with so much time still to go. We're halfway through the Metrodome. Deep for the Vikings will be Darren Nelson in the middle, number 20. yardage outside. Carl Painter, number 26. Nailing him at the 26-yard line. Painter limping. He is bothered with the leg injury and hasn't really seen a lot of action. It's an ankle that's troublesome to him.
Now, Wayne Fonte said their biggest problem defensively was first down. They're giving up way too many yards on first down. And here you see Minnesota 3-point forward. To this point, he's succeeded. You know what he needs more of right now, though, Tim? Turnover. They've got to get the ball in his offensive hands more often. Detroit has to get a turnover.
Penny runs into the linebacker, Victor Jones. Carried him for a couple. Wyatt, you talked about how well their defense is playing, and I certainly agree. And when you consider they've got two starters out of there, two guys that they feel highly about. Wayne Fonte is a former defensive coordinator, a very defensive-minded guy. He's got Keith Ferguson on injured reserve, a real important pass-rushing defensive end. The right side being replaced by Kevin Brooks, came over on waivers. And then he's got Dennis Gibson down with Victor Jones in, and he's got Jameson starting for Michael Cofer. So they're really doing a fine job. On second down, Penny, a big hole. To the 42-yard line of the Vikings. Minnesota first down. Chris Spielman got him there.
Detroit on that play seemed to have it. Look at it. Both defensive ends are reduced down over the guards. Gary Ball's over the center. Can't quite get out there fast enough. And Finney, good blocking by the Minnesota Viking offensive line. You open up a hole like that. Minnesota has to get their running game going in this half.
14-yard pickup. Anderson wide open out of the backfield. First down at the 39 of Detroit. George Jameson, the linebacker, number 58, stopped him there.
Both of the last two plays, Tim, they've looked a little bit confused, the Detroit Lion defense. Like they haven't been quite sure what's going on. They get back into the basic 3-4, and Tommy Kramer gets a little roll out to his right, but he's going to throw back, and nobody is even near Anderson. He's out there all by himself. Jameson just comes in, puts a nice form tackle, and wraps up the play.
One of the things Burns likes about his five backs as a group is that they can all catch the ball well out of the backfield. Aaron Nelson. Nelson for about 8. A little flash of speed. Jimmy Williams stopped him there. Nelson has now gone over the 4,000 mark for his career. He needed a yard on that carry, and he's up to 4,005. And a lot to prove in his quiet way. He's a very charming, well-liked young man, and all the talk of Herschel Walker and the possibility that he might be among the people leaving to Dallas as that deal comes off. I'm sure Darren wants to prove that he's a top-quality back, the number 1 pick back in '82. Second down, long 3. A little mess up there on the exchange. Loudermilk and Kramer. Referee Gordon McCarter trying to calm down Tommy Kramer.
I think Tommy was a little bit mad about Jerry Ball. Senses this offside, sees the movement happening. Here's the whistle that says Loudermilk lives a little early. You can't blame him. Heck, the ball goes on the ground. As far as he's concerned, this thing's live. Ooh. Got to do a little cosmetic surgery on Mr. Kramer there. Yeah, now call a signal with that chin strap in your mouth.
Third down. And 7 to go. Nico Noga in now as a down lineman, number 51. Flags are down. Kramer, and it is intercepted. Picked up by Jerry Holmes at the 17-yard line. And all kinds of flags flying. Still. Tommy Kramer gets right in the middle of this discussion. Line judge Ron Baines is a big piece of it here with Gordon McCarter, the referee. Now the head linesman, Dave Anderson, gives his opinion.
Isn't there a littering law down here in Minneapolis? I'm throwing all this stuff all over the field.
Right now there are 1, 2, 3, 4 flags down, and 5 flags on this play. 5 of them. They're scattered all over. There's one out at the 41-yard line, one at the 35, one at the 18, 3 across the 18.
The main reason for all this hesitation, there's at least 3 different infractions.
It's going to take a while to sort it out here, but the UN Security Council has met.
Yeah. Illegal motion, number 72, offense. Holding, number 36, defense.
Play.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 46 under defense, throwing the football away. Everything offset, repeat, third down.
Well, there's no 46 on the defense, but that's okay. Evidently, my guess is it was Holmes who had made the interception.
Well, you get a little motion, so you got 1 penalty. You get a little holding on the defense, so you get another penalty. Kramer figures I got a free play. There's a holding right there in front of you. You saw Blades run over Leo Lewis. And Holmes comes in there. Holmes figures, I've got an interception. And he throws the ball. You can't do that. That's penalty number 3.
Well, the Vikings keep the ball is the bottom line, so another mess by the Lions. And Carter can't hold on. Good hit on him from Terry Taylor, number 21. Over from Seattle and a trade right before the start of the season. Perfectly timed hit on Carter.
As good a play as that was by Terry Taylor, Anthony Carter almost made a fabulous one-handed, behind him, over his head type of a catch.
So Scribner will have to punt. Walter Stanley waiting for it at the 10. Seconds to snap it here. Perfect kick by Scribner out at the 8. So the Lions will start deep in their own territory when we return. Humphrey Metrodome, set of the 1992 Super Bowl here in Minneapolis. And here today, the Vikings on top, 24-10 in the third quarter. 10:58 to play. Jim Ryan with Randy Cross. And the interception by the Lions negated by the penalty. Instead, they will start from their 8-yard line following Scribner's punt. Eric Hipple, complete. Short of the first down to Robert Clark, and a flag thrown again, which now comes as no surprise. We are expecting it on every play.
You see a flag coming in from that part of the field. That linesman over there on the side is watching either the offensive tackle or the cornerback for holding.
Gordon McCarter explaining the options here to Eric Hipple. Down in distance.
I should have known they were going to call a lot of penalties today. McCarter called one on the tunnel downstairs of the stadium here on me. Called me. Walking down the tunnel, he goes, holding, number 51. Points at me.
That was just instinct on his, reflex action on his part. Recognized you from your commercial, no doubt.
No, I was facing him.
Even though you have the naked lip now. Or had the naked lip during the commercial.
Holding, number 55, defense. Penalty declined, second down.
Studwell, number 55, calls for the hold. Well, here in Minneapolis, there was a marathon earlier today, and Don Janicki was the winner in the men's, and Kim Rosenquist Jones in the women's elite division. Beautiful day for it, too. Cool and sunny. 2nd and 2. Sanders trying to get the first down. Keith Millard on the stop, and it'll be close. Ken Dallafor there. He's in for Mike Utley, who had to leave the game with a knee injury. Sanders now carries, 42 yards rushing.
You know, Barry said besides the natural thing where guys on this level are faster, he's used to Oklahoma State handling the ball 30 times a game. Here at Detroit, he says, I'm only getting it 10, 12 times a game.
That may change. Third down and less than a yard. Sanders, Vikings in the backfield to meet him. Stop them short of the first down. Carl Lee with the initial hit.
Carl Lee happy about doing a little forcing. Eric Hipple is not your classic option quarterback. Just flips the ball out here to Barry Sanders. Great play. Look at that fill by 39 Carl Lee. Turns it back inside. Eric, get out of the way. You're going to get hurt. Quarterbacks shouldn't be around piles like that.
That was a very late blocking attempt by Eric Hipple.
It was a valiant effort, though. I mean, his heart's in the right place.
Arnold at the 2-yard line. Leo Lewis. Ever dangerous back at the 38-yard line. Short punt. Tripped over his own man at the 47-yard line, but they are in Detroit territory.
Over the past decade,
Defensive position at the 46-yard line of Detroit and up 24-10. 2 defensive touchdowns, accounting for the bulk of the Vikings points to this point. Kramer's 2-yard touchdown pass to Brent Novoselsky. Their only really good drive of the game thus far. Kramer with time over the outstretched hands of Jordan, who just got a fingertip on it. For an NFL update, let's go to Brent Musburger in New York.
All right, Tim, this is the play that now has the Chicago Bears back to within 7. Tomzak zips the touchdown pass to Sanders, and it's 28-21. Back to Tim.
Buccaneers and the Bears in a battle down in Tampa Bay. Mike Tomzak, I guess the skeptics seeing if he can bring the Bears back from behind. Second down, 9. Jordan has this one short of the first down. It'll leave third and about a yard. And they get to the 37-yard line where Victor Jones and Chris Spielman, the inside linebackers, stop. The Bears on top at 4-0 in a log jam in the middle. Now, Tampa Bay and Green Bay, Randy, I don't think people would have expected to see them right there with Minnesota after 4.
Not at all. People always assume that Central Division is a 2-team race. To this point, not really. Tampa Bay, Ray Perkins has been playing really well. Green Bay's a Jekyll and Hyde team, but you don't ever want to count them out. They can come back from any deficit.
Anderson hit behind the line by guess who? Jerry Ball. That'll bring up a punting situation, and that front of the Lions continues to play solidly.
You know, I gave Jerry Ball my Super Bowl ring to look at. I didn't think he was going to give it back to me yesterday. See him here against Loudermilk. He tried to do a little slip block with he and Huffman, number 72. Jerry Ball is having none of that. If you're going to block Jerry Ball, number 93, you need 2 people, and they have to be low, and their form has to be perfect, because he'll run through most combination blocks.
Scribner standing at his 45. Stanley at the 10. Nearly blocked. Will be a touchback. Terry Taylor had a good run at it. Lions will start from their 21. We return, 7:28 to go, third quarter.
This point, well, he's got plenty of time left at this point right now. He needs to consistently move the ball and keep the Vikings in bad field position. He's backed up now.
Sanders to the 36-yard line, first down. Joey Browner on the tackle. You listen to Jerry Burns talk about what he expected today. It wasn't the pass offense of the run and shoot he was worried about. It was this guy.
That's right. Look at this guy running at you. Can you believe how quick this guy? Look at those darting moves. Joey Browner, though, you've got to give him a lot of credit. He has got incredible hand strength. A lot of that comes from his martial arts. He takes karate. He's got a lot of the Minnesota Vikings involved in a 3 times a week karate class.
He's a real devotee of that sport. He likes everything about it, including the mental discipline that it brings. And the physical strengthening has been great. Hipple running the ball. How about that, sports fans? Hipple for a first down to the 46-yard line. A little option play by the veteran quarterback, 31-year-old Eric Hipple.
Well, I remember Jim Plunkett having to run this back with the Patriots when Chuck Fairbanks was there. He faked a little flip out to Sanders and said, oh, what the heck, I'll take it up here. Merriweather makes yet another play with a little help from Joey Browner.
They're going to measure the first down. And, you know, Hipple's going to take a close look at this.
Good question for Eric Hipple. We should ask him, when was the last time you ran for a first down?
Right.
On purpose.
Well, he's already scored a touchdown on a 1-yard run as well. Maybe he's been taking karate classes in Detroit, build up his foot speed. Here are the guys that Joey Browner's kind of converted into extra practice sessions after the regular practices here during the week. There's quite a lineup of guys that have gotten into it with him. It's an instructor that he's worked with for a number of years. And Al Nova, for one, feels that it's just absolutely turned him around in 1 year. A troubled rookie a year ago, a starter this year. Hipple is sacked. For the 37 by Millard, third sack of the day for Minnesota.
Well, Hipple doesn't even get a chance really to set up. Here's Millard at about the right center of your screen, number 75, going against Dallafor. Goes inside, gives him a quick rip under. Dallafor hardly even touches him, and heck, he's on Hipple. Hipple never really had a chance. So you see that quick move out of Millard, and then he wants to let everybody know about it. We saw that quick rip like that. That's what makes him so dangerous for a guy his size.
Second and long back at the 37. Green, Sanders, flag. First down yardage to the 39-yard line of Minnesota. Odds are the flag's against Detroit. Darrell Fullington made the stop on Sanders.
Detroit's having a little problem with illegal man downfield on these quick screens. They're getting them off real fast.
Ineligible downfield, number 75, offense. 10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
Lomas Brown is the man illegally downfield. Let's see if we can pick it up.
Lomas is the left tackle on your right-hand side of your screen. See, Millard jumps around quick. They let the guys go. Lomas sort of wanders downfield. 75 right here in the middle of your screen. Studwell evades him, but manages to fall down. And Sanders, I don't know how many yards this guy's lost today just on penalties that have been taken away from him. But as an offensive lineman, I can tell you, you get a little nervous. You anticipate that screen coming, you start hopping and moving. Heck, I was downfield in the Super Bowl. That could have cost us the game.
Second down and 28. Hayes with another flag down. Mike Merriweather on the stop. We're going to have to recruit another statistician just to record the penalties today. How's Dick Bossing, our regular guy, doing with him? What's that bring us to?
He's down to his third pencil.
12 for Detroit, 9 for Minnesota. And we're still 5:04 to go in the third.
Offside. 71 defense, 5-yard penalty, repeat second down.
That's Ken Clark. Clark coming in to replace Tim Newton early on. Newton apparently suffered a broken hand back in the first half. And Ken Clark, veteran, taken over for him. Take a quick look at the other scores. Clark came over on waivers from Seattle and played previously with the Eagles. 32-year-old reliable defensive tackle. Sanders again. Nowhere to go this time. Millard had him around the ankles and had help from his friend. 23-7 score. You saw Indianapolis over Buffalo, and Jim Kelly is out of that game with an injured left wrist. Frank Reich has taken over at quarterback. Kelly having a great start for the Bills. They're trying to get to 4-1, and Indianapolis can pull even with them in the AFC East if they win that game. Noga. Fourth Viking sack.
Tim, you mentioned earlier, not number 99 there, Al Noga's in the karate classes. He's a different player this year. He's got a lot more confidence, and he's playing with a lot more strength. He just throws Harvey Thielen, number 73, down, and he's on Hipple within about 2 or 3 paces after that. He's a great guy, just a really exuberant, happy type of a player out of the University of Hawaii.
Brother Nico on the other side of the field today with the Lions. They had a visit before the game. Arnold. Lewis from the 30-yard line dropped the ball. Lions have it. Normally reliable Leo Lewis tossed it up to Ray Crockett. So Detroit with another opportunity here. They haven't been able to do much with these chances. They have it at the 31.
This is just the kind of thing the Detroit Lions and Wayne Fontes have been waiting for. You saw Lewis took his eyes off it. He was looking downfield for the blockers, and you can't do that. And Crockett just scrambles in there and takes the ball away from Lewis. Now, I mentioned earlier about field position. You got to change the field position. Detroit now, whether they score or not, is going to have Minnesota backed up. And with this much time left in the game, heck, you have over 18 minutes left in the game. It's plenty of time for a team like Detroit to score a couple more touchdowns.
Well, that's just such a rarity to see Leo Lewis make a mistake on a punt return. In fact, chatting with Gary Burns, he was talking about how reliable, how intelligent he is in making his choices, when to return, when to fair catch. And Detroit now will try to take advantage of that rare miscue by Lewis. Barry Sanders all the way to the 12-yard line. Sanders had a real good hole out the left side. Boy, can he explode. 19 yards on the carry.
I've never seen a guy that can make defensive players look so uninterested in tackling them. They're near him. They're right around him. They're getting a chance. Merriweather gets a hand on him. I mean, this guy has got such acceleration. He's scaring these people. They're not following through with their tackle. They're sort of hesitant. They're afraid to commit for a tackle in fear that he'll cut back and burn them.
He's got 77 yards already. 14 carries, and as you pointed out, several called back by penalty. Sanders again, inside. Not a lot of room there. Noga met him first. Number 99. Scott Scudwell cleaning up. Pick up of maybe 2 on the play for Barry Sanders. Very calm, poised young man. The only giveaway to the fact that he's a rookie was his own admission of not showing a lot of sense not wearing the hip pads a couple of weeks ago.
You know, and Wayne Fontes said, if you get a chance, look at this guy's size and his length. He's only 203 pounds. He's 5'9" or so, but he is so strong downstairs.
Second down, long 8. Hipple. Nice recovery try by Sanders, but Hipple had to unload. He had 2 Vikings, Noga and Merriweather on top of him, and another flag that will be against Merriweather.
I think what we're going to see here, Tim, is another example of hitting the quarterback up above the chest, what a referee will really take as a headshot.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Blow to the chin. Half the distance for the dead ball spot, automatic first down.
Blow to the chin, the terminology chosen by Gordon McCarter.
Merriweather standing at the top of your screen, number 57, just blows through. It's designed as a quick screen. See those 2 hands up into his face? No. You know you did something wrong. Don't complain. He's not complaining. He's probably just saying, why did you do that?
Merriweather's had an outstanding game to this point for the Vikings. And including a touchdown interception return.
Look at that. Minnesota's defense ranks the worst in the NFL on this inside the 20. Opponents have had the ball 10 times in there. They've scored all 10, 8 of those touchdowns.
Crowd into it. Sanders pulled down by Merriweather. Little of any gain. Looks like it might be a loss of about a yard. Ball spotted at the 6-yard line. 2nd and goal. Phillips has come in at one of the wide receiver spots. Number 24, Mobley is out.
Time for him to spread them out with this run and shoot and flick a pass in here.
Hippo talking to McCarter about the crowd noise. Flag is down, and it looks like we'll have the warning under the new rule here. There is a discussion between the referee and the back judge and Eric Hipple as to what the options are here. Now, Hipple can ask, as he obviously did there, to, hey, I can't get my single call. My teammates can't hear me. Now, they can. Hipple may wish he didn't get the play off.
It's really hard to decide who should get this back. It's coming from one direction. It's Mike Merriweather there, number 57. Al Noga coming from the bottom of your screen, number 99. Gets the arm over on Harvey Salem. Who's going to get there first? Oh, the call goes to Al Noga. First one to the quarterback.
Well, Hipple really got rocked that time.
But offensive lineman, it makes it impossible to hear a snap count. The defenders get the jump in this situation.
Hipple, interception, Millard. Barry Sanders after him. To the 31-yard line.
Millard here is on the bottom right-hand side of your screen, right next to Noga. Noga's 99. He gets the jump, number 75. Good arm over. He's actually blocked well, but Noga gets it off. Hipple tries to flip it. In there goes Millard. Millard figures, hey, I got a touchdown. I'm going to go 90-something yards. This is a heck of a deal. All of a sudden, he sees Barry Sanders. Here's the flea trying to bring down the elephant. But you know what? The flea wins.
Good job by Sanders, and Millard probably says, I could have outrun anybody else. Saying what's next as Keith Millard went 48 yards with an interception, and those numbers counting a 90-yarder by Hope for a score, Merriweather 15 for a score. Darren Nelson to the 25-yard line of Detroit. Victor Jones on the stop. And that is the end of the third quarter. With the score, the Minnesota Vikings 24, Detroit 10. We now pause for a word from your local station.
This is CBS.
Beale Street in Old Milwaukee both mean something great to these guys. Beale Street means the Blues Festival and spicy barbecue, Memphis style. And Old Milwaukee means the...
2nd and 4, the Vikings beginning the fourth quarter. Darren Nelson close to first down yardage. This drive set up by the interception by Keith Millard as Al Noga about to sack Hipple. Hipple tried to make a play. Millard picked it off and took it all the way down to the 31. The Lions, there's Anthony Carter, and he has a hamstring problem that bothered him for some time and took himself out of the game earlier. Gustafson has taken over for him. One of Kramer doesn't seem to be too concerned about the injury or the score at this point. Benny on 3rd and 1 has the first down inside the 20. For an NFL update, now let's go to our studios in New York and Brent Musburger.
Tim, here's the biggest play of the day for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. After Chicago had closed to within 7, Tate took this pitch and powered his way into the end zone, 16 yards out. They're into the 4th quarter now. It's 35-21. Bucks to be headed for a big upset. Let's go back to Tim.
Ooh, that's a lot of points against that Chuck Bears defense, Randy. 35, and they're still playing in Tampa. So first down, Vikings inside the 20 of Detroit. Alfred Anderson for about 6. Jamison on the hit.
You talk about those Tampa Bay Bucks, Tim. Ray Perkins proved in that second week he got the 49ers' attention. Joe Montana had to have a last-minute drive to win that game. These guys are for real. They're playing aggressive, tough defense, and Vinny Testaverde is finally starting to make that passing game.
Tommy Kramer, 11 of 18 to this point. Later today, doubleheader action. Those 49ers you referred to against New Orleans at the Superdome. Big game in the NFC West. Benny got about 3 yards. He's 3rd and about 2, we would estimate. Rick Benny out of the University of Washington. All the backs get into the action here. Alan Rice, bothered by a knee, has not seen any play today and won't. But otherwise, everybody's gotten time. Dozier, Nelson, Anderson, and Benny, and that's been the team for Minnesota this season. And the shotgun on 3rd down. 3 wide receivers in. Inside to Nelson. Good reaction by the Lions defensively. They have stopped him short of the first down. Victor Jones, the initial contact, and William White coming up from safety, number 35.
You know, you talk about the backs with the Minnesota Vikings, how many they use. And Tommy Kramer there, number 9, has got all that great explosive power at his disposal. It's been since Chuck Foreman that they've had a truly great running back here at Minnesota. I mean, Chuck was a guy that could run with it. He could catch the ball and run with it. And that's basically, I mean, to be honest, that's the real main reason they're looking at a guy like Herschel Walker. They need a game breaker at the running back position.
Fun to run into Chuck Foreman the other night when we arrived in town. Not a little over his playing weight, but not a lot. Looked real good. Carlos will attempt a 29-yard field goal. Scribner holding. And Carlos missed it. Carlos misses a 29-yarder. Now that's got to give these Lions a lift here. They're within 2 touchdowns and a lot of time left.
What good is an abundance of rich, soft leather in a luxury car if it doesn't have the stopping power of anti-lock brakes? What good is more legroom than the biggest cattle?
Tim Ryan, Randy Cross, and the story of the game has been Lions miscued, and Eric Hipple struggling in his first effort at run and shoot. He has been lifted with those numbers to take out with him 7 of 18, 2 interception returns for touchdowns, and the last one to Millard. Fortunately for the Lions, Carlos missed the field goal and stands 24-10. Now we're going to see a guy you know from San Francisco, Bob Galliano.
That's right, and Bob is the only true run-and-shoot quarterback that Detroit has. He's also a newly married man. Him and his wife, Kim, got married at a rock station in Detroit a couple weeks ago.
A little different?
Oh, yeah. Well, quarterbacks are different.
First down, Lions at their 20. On the play of about a yard. I mentioned that Bob Galliano actually did, it's no joke. He went to a rock and roll station in Detroit, got married during your regular rock and roll stuff. But he's been joined in some other circumstance. Michael Jordan got married in the middle of the night. One of those little chapels in Las Vegas.
Has there been that many full moons in the last month or so?
I don't know. Light of blue. Were you at the wedding in Candlestick?
I missed that Malin marriage, no.
Larry Bird. I mean, it's been kind of a fun week for the athletes. Last couple of weeks, we should say. Galliano, first pass out to Johnson. Richard Johnson complete. Now does the walk and shoot become the run and shoot again here, Randy?
Well, as we see Bob Galliano's stats so far in '89, I believe it reverts back to its old form. Bob Galliano ran it in the USFL with the Denver Gold when Mouse Davis was the offensive coordinator with them, and he's got a better grasp. I mentioned earlier Eric Hipple and Walter Stanley were the only ones talking NFL language. Bob talks run and shoot as all these wide receivers do. He knows where all these guys are going to be.
Had a brief look as a backup with the 49ers, and now getting his opportunity in that role here at Detroit. They're waiting for Rodney Peete. That is Jason Phillips, number 24, a rookie from Houston, number 10 round pick. And there's Mouse Davis with the man that they plan on running this. Rodney Peete on the left of your screen, and Pete signaling into play, but he's got a bad knee. They don't want to take any chance that he'll be hurt any further. They want to get him healthy, get him used to this system, and Wayne Fonts couldn't be any more strong about saying, this is my quarterback.
That's right, and he's equally as strong as saying, this is my offense. A lot of people are going to start calling for them to change their offense. I think Wayne Fonts is on the right track. He's got to stick to his guns and goes when he thinks it's going to work.
He's got a 2nd and 7. Galliano's long pass. Broken up, just a little bit short. Isaac Holt recovering on Walter Stanley, who had a step on it. The ball hung up just enough for Holt to recover.
You saw Bob Galliano's look of disgust there. He knows if he'd gotten his ball a little bit further in front of Stanley, he would have had a catch for a long game. Best case scenario, maybe a touchdown. Great protection by the offensive line of the Detroit Lions, and Stanley's got a step or two on Holt, but he's got to play back to the ball because it's thrown short.
That leaves a 3rd down for Bob Galliano, 31 years of age, and his 5th year out of Utah State, former USFLer, and he's pointed out, signed as a free agent, his last NFL team, the 49ers. Sanders with flags down. Takes it up for first down yardage to the 46-yard line of Detroit. Darrell Fullington steered him out. Was it against the Lions or the Vikings?
Offside, 99 defense, penalty decline, first down.
Al Noga, and fortunately for Barry Sanders, that run counts. He's had several called back by somebody else's miscue. Word out of that Buffalo game as we see Tampa still on top of Chicago. Jim Kelly has had to leave the game against Indianapolis. The Colts leading 30-7 as we see these other NFL scores for you. Kelly will be gone for up to a month with a separated left shoulder. First down, Lions. Nice catch by Richard Johnson. And they have the first down and does. Right at the marker. Andre McMillan pushed him out.
We're seeing the run and shoot run as the run and shoot. Bob Galliano's got these receivers in key to him right now. He'll hand up every now and again to Sanders, but he's dinking it out. The real theory on this is to do these little dinks. Sooner or later, the defense is going to make a mistake, and then you take advantage of the long shot.
Eric Hipple. Wisconsin was on the sidelines. Things haven't gone too well for him today. He was eager to get back into action after 2 years away as a starter. Injuries a year ago and in '87. Sanders stopped at the line of scrimmage by Ken Clark. Ken Clark, we mentioned, in for Tim Newton, who broke his hand. And Newton, of course, has got the illegal problems to deal with. He had another drunk driving charge.
Clark is over the center. Kevin Glover, number 53, number 71 here, just takes a quick onside rush, goes right through Glover's attempted block, and is in the backfield to take Sanders on. You know, Ken Clark was the prototype nose guard for a lot of years with the Philadelphia Eagles, went to Seattle, and then is now with Minnesota Vikings. Here we see Tim Newton with a hat sitting on the sideline with his broken hand.
Second and 12. Complete. Jason Phillips. First down. Galliano has the Lions on the move. I should point out that Newton is really the backup to Henry Thomas. He's out with a knee injury, inactive today. So the Vikings have got some problems as we see Newton again from the back. The Vikings have got problems at left defensive tackle with injuries now to Thomas and Newton. A heavy ice bag on there.
There you go. Put that down. I know that ice doesn't feel good, Tim, but put it on there. Make that swelling go down. Well, I say as a player, you hate to put that ice on stuff. That is real uncomfortable.
Galliano 3 of 4. Lions at the 32-yard line. Incomplete. Try to get it to Barry Sanders. For another NFL update, let's go to Brent Musburger.
All right, Tim, tell him to line up an extra cool one in the pubs in Minneapolis because the Vikings can pull to within a game of first as Tate just zipped in for his second touchdown on the day for the Buccaneers. It's 42-21, the most points the Bears have given up since '81. Back to Tim.
Ooh, those are some kind of numbers, and I think they just put them up here. Yeah, they did. They're going to rise from the crowd here, Brent. They put them up on the board at the Metrodome, and we're told that in that game, Joe Ferguson is now quarterback for Tampa Bay with Vinny Testaverde having an injured knee. But Buccaneers day looks like. A flag down on 2nd and 10. Galliano complete. Is he inbounds or out? No, he is out of bounds. Jason Phillips.
And you might find this hard to believe, but there's a flag down on the field.
Audrey McMillan had the coverage. Jason Phillips out of bounds. Incomplete, even though he caught the ball, and now we wait for the flag report. And they're talking to the Vikes, so it's going to be against the Detroit Lions. Joey Browner signaling over to the sideline here to Floyd Peters, saying, okay, what do you want here, Coach? I'll take whatever you tell me.
Illegal motion. 24 offense, penalty decline, third down.
You know, Jason Phillips, who was just out of bounds, is out of the University of Houston, 5'7", 186. They've been using that run and shoot down in Houston. This run and shoot, people make fun of it, but it is successful. It gets a lot of yards and a lot of points. It just takes a little time to kick in, obviously, as Detroit's having a few fouls.
Well, and the rookie was the man offside, Phillips himself, who made the catch out of bounds, leaving Miami into overtime. Third down, little drop play to Sanders. Net by Merriweather, got to the 26-yard line. It'll leave 4th and about 4. Now, I can't imagine there'll be any hesitation here about what they're going to do. And there's an injured Viking player down, and it's McMillan, number 26, Plan B free agent cornerback who came over from the Houston, from the Houston Oilers, also out of the University of Houston. And McMillan getting a lot of time today because of the defense set up against the run and shoot.
Wayne Fountain is looking at a 4th down here, 4th and about 4, and he's going to go for it. Down 24-10, this late in the 4th quarter. I don't look at it as he has got any other choice. He's got to make something happen right now, or he's out of the game.
7:40 to go. That gets the crowd aroused here in Minnesota. Galliano can run for it, and he has it. Nailed from behind by Chris Dolman, and Galliano is very slow to get up. Looks like he was collared by Dolman. He never saw Dolman. And Galliano a little shaky as he gets up. He got the yardage, but he paid a price.
Usually when you see quarterbacks hurt, it's when they get in situations they either aren't expecting to blow or aren't familiar with. Galliano scrambles out of the pocket. He sees he can make the first down. You'll just see 56 Dolman come in here. Look at that. He puts that left paw right underneath Bob Galliano's chin.
I think he got his neck twisted a little bit here.
But Bob knows he's got the first down. He's concentrating on that. He never even sees Dolman. He got him right on the upper shoulder to the head.
You know, that's one of those things where Galliano probably was thinking there, I should probably slide for the first down, but he saw some more yardage ahead of him, and he went for it.
Well, he said, Dolman. He said, I'm going to slide pretty soon. I'm going to slide pretty soon. Yeah. I'm going to wake up pretty soon.
Well, he's getting attention, and so is Carl Lee. Our Isaac Holtmake, number 30 of the Vikings, is down. He was apparently hurt just off the play, about 5 yards to the right of where Galliano was stopped by Dolman.
I was discussing with Bob Galliano and Eric Hipple before the game. I said, guys, tell me honestly, how many other Utah State quarterback duos are there in the NFL? Galliano laughed at me. He says, how many of the Utah State players are there in the NFL?
It is a coincidence to have two quarterbacks on the same team out of Utah State.
We watched Holt walk off the field here a little while ago. Watch from up in the upper part of your screen. Galliano scrambling. On your left side here, he just falls down, and Holt's laying on the ground right here. Last year, you know, we talked about it earlier. There's a lot of sticking, and there's a lot of different things that happen on this artificial turf. You know, look at a guy like Kurt Warner for the Seattle Seahawks a couple years ago. He just took a little toss play, was running a toss out to his right, went to make a cut, and blew his knee. You can hurt yourself severely on this AstroTurf.
Well, it's a twisted knee for Holt, and as you can see in that replay, nobody even touched Isaac Holt. He was just trying to cut back to come up and make a play on Galliano. So Hipple is back in, whether he needs it or not. At the 20-yard line, facing Galliano. Barry Sanders trying to spin away, but Merriweather is there to prevent him from going any more than a yard.
The way Mike Merriweather's playing today, I wouldn't be surprised. He's gone everywhere with Barry Sanders. He's going to try to get on the Detroit team plane later on tonight. He's been told to stay with this guy.
93 yards for Barry Sanders. Galliano comes back in, so good news is he was not hurt seriously. And Detroit 63 yards on this drive, led by Bob Galliano. 6:20 and counting down. Tony Page, the running back. Intended for Walter Stanley. Galliano didn't get the ball to him. You can see he's unhappy because Stanley was open, crossing to the post.
Walter Stanley at 5'9", 180 pounds, is one of his bigger receivers. I mean, he's got some guys 5'6", guys 5'7". Walter's 5'9". He threw it too low for even a shorter receiver on that one.
Well, they do have one tall wide receiver, but he's on injured reserve. John Ford, their number 2 pick this year, into the training camp, not ready to go yet. 6'2". Trying to get it to Sanders, and I believe Millard got a big paw on it. The ball was deflected, but Millard and Dolman both arrived at Galliano.
You know, I can appreciate the theory of wanting to run a screenplay, a quick screenplay, a slow screenplay, but they're letting these guys clean through on their quarterbacks. Look at Millard, 75. Galliano's trying to throw it around him, around Dolman. I mean, that can be hazardous. They don't have enough quarterbacks here that can play to be messing around with that play too much more.
Bennett Dolman was getting a hand on the ball. 2 hands on Galliano. 4th down, they'll go. In time for a 1st down. Better protection. Galliano trying to find an open man. Will run it. Trying to get to the marker, and he does. Good effort by Galliano. He was clobbered from behind the last time he ran. I guess the extra mark for guts on that one. He's starting to say to himself right now, this is a tough business. You get hurt doing that. He gets great pass protection, and by the same token, there must have been fantastic coverage that time by the Minnesota defense. He scrambles out to his left. He's still looking for somebody to throw it to. Believe me, Bob would rather throw in this situation. He sees finally he's got to run. He knows right where his marker is, and he just tips in there. I tell you, a lot of people have played more than Bob today, but I don't know if there's going to be too many people that are going to be more sore than Bob when this thing's over tomorrow morning. Just get tripped.
Timeout on the field taken by the Vikings. 5:57 to play in the fourth quarter.
Pure, genuine, never heat pasteurized.
The Lions threatening here, but they trail by 14. 5:57 to go. Bob Galliano in for Eric Hipple has marched them downfield. This is the 17th play of this drive, and they're at the 8-yard line. They used up 5 minutes and 30 seconds along the way, which does not favor Detroit, obviously, but it's been a good drive by Galliano and company. Sanders hit at the 5. Got to the 4-yard line. Studwell stopped him there. Scott Studwell, 34 years of age, in his 13th year out of the University of Illinois. And, you know, I'd say about at least the last 4 years, there's been speculation that Studwell would retire. Can't do it like he used to. And here he is, still playing great football.
As good as he's playing, he's 34 years young.
Second and goal. Richard Johnson in motion. Sanders picks his way to the 1-yard line. Barry Sanders thought he was in, but there's no indication from the officials. Well, they'll do anything to stop Barry Sanders, including disrobing him.
Well, I don't think after this game Barry Sanders is going to complain too many times. He's over 100 yards rushing so far. You're not going to hear Barry Sanders really complain a lot about, I don't get my hands on the ball enough. Here you see him running and moving. He is down right there. His leg was on the ground. And he twists and turns, but that's Barry Sanders. He never gives up.
Third and goal from the 1. Galliano diving. No signs from the officials yet. Touchdown. Bob Galliano diving for the score. The officials making extra sure that he was there. With the ball breaking the plane of the goal line before he had touched down. Murray waiting for the point after.
All that has to happen here on this thing, the ball has to go over the plane of that goal line. See his helmet stick right through in the middle?
Where?
Right in the middle of the screen. You can just see his helmet stick through there. The ball's right underneath that. Touchdown.
I got to trust you on that one, Randy. The point after.
That's what
by
the ref
Murray. 80 plays, 80 yards in 19 plays. Only seemed like 80 plays. But Detroit has closed to within 7.
Working passers of his day. Wide receiver R.C. Owens, one of the game's great natural athletes. Together, they
won series, but it was a long series. 80 yards, 19 plays, 7 minutes of punishing action. But Galliano wound up scoring the touchdown, and now the Lions have got a shot here. 4:25 still to play.
We don't know if he's getting smelling salts because he's been hit in the head, or he was out there for 19 plays. He's not used to that.
24-17 now. Murray's kickoff fielded at the 1 by Darren Nelson. Nelson, good piece of running, drags the tackler up to the 19-yard line. He might have been accused of bad judgment when he started to play that ball, but he wound up getting out nearly to the touchback line. Next Saturday on CBS, LSU and Auburn. Auburn ranked number 11 at 2:30 Eastern Time. It'll match up two exciting quarterbacks, Tommy Hudson and Reggie Slack. They'll lead LSU and Auburn respectively. Big SEC matchup, 2:30 Eastern Time next Saturday. College football action on CBS Sports. So from the 19-yard line, big defensive series for the Lions now. Benny. That's about 3. Any change in the character of the Minnesota offense now, Randy? Will they try to grind it out as we saw on this first play here to use up this time?
Well, you wouldn't look for anything terribly complicated. They've got an offensive line they've got a lot of confidence in. They've got a center like Kirk Loudermilk, Dave Huffman, Gary Zimmerman. That whole left side of the line is where their strength is. Look for them to run the ball. You see Bob.
Second down and about 5. A little long 5, we'll call it, for the Vikings here. Lions really need to make defensive plays here. If they're get back in it, but Anderson, a fine run by Alfred Anderson for the first down. Tripped up by Benny Blade. That's what you want when you're running back in a situation like this.
Well, the Detroit offense has put their defense in position. You stop it, we'll get the ball back. We think we can score. Alfred Anderson gets some good blocking out of his guys up front and just weaves his way through there, and Benny Blade finally brings him down.
So the Vikings now out to their 34-yard line with the first down.
We refer to this time of the game as a 4-minute drill offensively. You get the ball with about 4 or 5 minutes to go. You pound it out on the ground, and you try not to give the other offense the ball back. Just get first down.
Right, with all their time out. Benny, good second effort. And he'll get about a 7-yard pickup on that. Well, no, they're going to mark it back a little shorter. Look at that, 42-28, and it's now a final Green Bay. Packers actually led that game at halftime today. But Mikowski had another big second half. 3 touchdown passes for Don Mikowski of Green Bay. Dallas takes it on the chin again. They're 0-5. Barry Sanders, as we have a timeout on the field, is officially 99 yards rushing. They took a yard away from him, but they had taken a lot more away from him with penalties as the game progressed. Seattle on top of Kansas City. Vikings will have a second and a long 4 from their 40. 2:28 remaining. Barry Sanders, as you pointed out, he was complaining not getting the ball enough. All good running backs do, but that's the difference between Oklahoma State and Detroit. Well, today, 23 rushes so far.
Barry will sweep well tonight. He really will. This is the time of the game, though. We were talking about that 4-minute offense. When you're playing a team you should really beat, it's great for down the road. Jerry Burns is saying, let's practice this. We got to make this happen now, so when we need it late in the season, we have the confidence to do it.
High formation for the Vikings. E.J. Dozier, loose ball. Lions have it. Lions have it at the 41 of Minnesota. 2:23 to go. Dozier coughs it up. And it is Jerry Ball, number 93, who's had such an outstanding game. Not only did he recover the ball, he's keeping it.
Dozier gets some good blocking here. You got Jerry Ball in the middle of the street against Loudermilk. They angle down on everybody. All the defensive linemen have got somebody blocking down on him. Great. Victor Jones looks like he put the ball, his helmet right on the ball and popped it out of Dozier's arm. And then Jerry Ball falls on it. Forget it. The ball wasn't popped, but he still recovered.
Tony Page is on the field in the run and shoot, not Barry Sanders, on the 41-yard line. Galliano escapes the rush. Picks up about 4. Net by Scott Studwell.
Bob is showing the kind of leadership qualities that Wayne Fonts wants in his quarterback. Bob realizes that Pete is the #1 guy, but he's trying to solidify his position as #2.
Well, we've reached a 2-minute warning, and suddenly we have got ourselves a dramatic finish here. 24-17.
What good is an abundance of rich, soft leather in a luxury car? if you don't have the stopping power of anti-lock brakes. The all-new Chrysler Fifth Avenue. There is no luxury without engineering.
Injury report. Here's a situation, 2 minutes to play, down by 7. He's got 99 yards rushing. What do you think, Randy? Why would he not be out there?
I think they're saving him until he gets close.
Well, at the 36-yard line, that ought to be close. It's close for him when he's at his 1.
That's right. It is a curious call.
Tony Page is the running back. Galliano is sacked. Ken Clark. 6 sacks today by the Vikings. The league's #1 defense. That's one reason why. Now Sanders comes in now. Page goes out.
Ken Clark, Al Noga, Keith Millard, they're getting an incredible jump on the ball. They're off the line of scrimmage before the offensive line gets a chance to get out of their stance.
Well, remember, Detroit lost Mike Utley to injury. The starting right guard. Ken Dallafor is in there for him. Vikings take a timeout. They had a defensive mix-up in terms of personnel on the field. And Scott Studwell over now talking to Floyd Peters. It cost them a timeout.
That's a good timeout.
Now here's Minnesota getting off the ball. Clark, number 71, is to the left-hand center of your screen. You saw Noga jump off the ball real quick. Galliano sees him coming, knows he has to step up. Clark just reaches over the two guys trying to block him and gets a grab of the shirt and pulls him down.
Eric Andolsick, number 65, just unable to prevent Clark from making the grab of the quarterback.
Well, you had Andolsick and Glover, 53, trying to block him on that play.
6 sacks by the Vikings, 1 by Detroit today. Miles Davis going over this next series with Galliano. They'll have 3rd down and 12. The ball is in the Viking 43-yard line. Lions down by 7, 1:45, lots of time left. They simply got to make the big plays, and for Minnesota, they've got to make the big defensive plays. Sanders, the running back. Galliano changing it up, calling it audible. Just got the ball snapped in time, and he is sacked again. Millard is there. David Howard is there, number 51 with him.
We're going to see Keith Millard. His quickness and speed I've been talking about. He's on the end on the right-hand side. See, look at flash down, number 75. Goes by the tackle, goes by the guard, Dallafor, and he's right in the backfield in a second. Galliano wanted to throw. He just didn't have the opportunity.
Lions take a timeout. 3 sacks for Millard.
This is probably the worst defense in the NFL to go against in this situation in the game. They come after quarterback. I'm thinking as an offensive lineman out of form of habit. You get back here, they know you're throwing the ball. They got Millard coming at you. They got Dolman coming at you. And he takes those sharp, severe moves like we saw Millard make on that stunt. He's a hard guy to get at an angle. You don't see enough of a piece of him. And there's Floyd Peters, the defensive coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings. You know, a pass rush is something he's always brought with him. He was with me when I was in San Francisco earlier in my career. 1976 had the gold rush to Tommy Hart, Cedric Hardman. He moved on to Detroit, had a great pass rush there. Moved on to St. Louis, had a great pass rush there. And he's had the opportunity to have great defensive players like Joey Browner playing for him. It makes a big difference.
It'll be 4th down for the Lions, and there's more football ahead when we conclude here. The 49ers and the New Orleans Saints at the Superdome. Big game in the NFC West. Saints 1-3. Not a 1-3 team. The champions, 49ers at 3-1. Loose ball on the sack, picked up by Dolman. Vikings have the football and the clock. Coleman Brown puts a tackle on Dolman.
Minnesota gives them a little bit different look. They reduce a few players. You see Millard getting double teamed in the middle of the screen. They run a quick stunt. Aldoga comes around unblocked. Bob Galliano never has a chance to get away from him. And Chris Dolman picks it up and figures, hey, I'll play fullback. Get two hands on the ball and just pops loose. The ground caused the fumble right there. So possession is still for Minnesota.
Right on, Randy. You saw Dolman lose control, but he was already down by contact. The ball coming loose as he hit. Anderson on first down. 39-yard line, a pickup of about a yard. Dolman looked like he was heading to the end zone, jealous of Keith Millard's run earlier. He was going to try to match him.
Well, he looked nothing like Barry Sanders, so he was emulating somebody else.
Lions timeout. With 1:16 to go. Well, tonight on CBS evening programming, 60 Minutes. He was a defense contractor who cheated on the testing of a vital piece of military hardware. Where does he find it? In jail. 60 Minutes tonight on CBS. That's followed by Murder, She Wrote. And then the CBS Sunday movie, Mystic Pizza. That's a nice little film. I saw that film. I like that. It's good. Tonight on CBS. Mystic Pizza. That's Mystic, Connecticut, by the way. I had to go to the movie to find that out. But it is about pizza.
I just thought it was a pizza you're supposed to envision that was in front of you.
Well, you're doing that right now.
Diet food.
1:16 to go. And heartbreaking situation for the Lions who hung in here. And the Vikings defensive team has really been the offense for them today. Credit to that tough Vikings defense, ranked #1 in the league, and 2 interceptions returned for scores today by Mike Merriweather and Ike Holt. Sacks, fumble recoveries. They have just been brutal, and they have brutalized Wayne Font's Lions. 55 seconds. Being wound out as we take a quick look at some of the other scores. And Tampa Bay with a big upset. Green Bay whipping up on Dallas. Philadelphia coming from behind against the Giants. Cincinnati with Pittsburgh. Miami finally gets one. Good win over the Browns in overtime. Indianapolis upsetting Buffalo with Jim Kelly hurt. New England over Houston. Oilers been a disappointment. And that's going to finish it up. 23 seconds. We'll just count off as the players will stream onto the field with some final congratulations. A good effort by the Lions today. But for Minnesota, a badly needed win. They move to 3-2. The Lions lose their 5th. They are 0-5. Green Bay, a winner today, also at 3-2, and Tampa Bay, all at 3-2, with the Bears falling back a little bit to 4-1. And so for Randy Cross, this is Jim Ryan saying so long from the Metrodome. With a final score, Minnesota 24, Detroit 17. CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League will continue after these words from your local station.